Hey y'all, we're gonna start a minute early because I'm going to give a disclaimer and then we're just gonna roll because this is long and it's triggersome. So we're just gonna get going. But I wanted to give a quick opening. I'm going to run this through StreamYard in case I need to stop, pause, anything. Mods that come in here, please don't time many people out. In fact, I'm going to switch it to subs only, actually. Just a moment. Let me get all this out of the way. Give me a second, and then we're just going to roll. Sorry. Subs. 5 minutes. Cool. Okay. All right. Here we go. So this one is going to be awfully triggering for a lot of people because there's a lot of things that I think people have missed that need to be reminded. This situation, and just so you know, the upcoming video, there is absolutely no confirmation or any type of, if you're looking for a solid answer, first of all, that's not my place. So you will not be getting one of those. So if that's what you are looking for, you came to the wrong spot because that's not my place. But I'm going to tell you why heavily things don't make sense. Things don't add up. Over the last year, this story has been used as clicks and views and has turned into nothing but drama. This story is a tragedy. This story has no arena for drama and little kid games. This story affects people's lives on the daily basis. If you missed it, Molly is up to her shenanigans, just like she pulled in November. She has neighbors of Dre and Marvon taking videos of their house again and sending them, just like she did days after the first death hoax. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Unfortunately, people continue to exploit this man's tragedy and continue to try and destroy any part of dignity for Marvon. So with that said, please understand that this needs a heavy trigger warning. This is their statements, their words. I do repeat some of it because it's hard to hear in certain points. And I'm really pointing out things that are said because it doesn't make sense. So it is a triggering one. It is 99% Molly and the Misinformation Cronies. Now, let me establish too, when I call them the Misinformation Cronies, there's 3. Justin, Molly, and Elle. That is the 3 Misinformation Cronies who are a factor in the foundation of this story and how it went. You could even throw Katie Joy in there too. She was included in the first part of the Misinformation Cronies. The other people are distractions. They are not a factor in this. They're not highlighted in this. There's a few statements from them. But the focus is what the Misinformation Cronies have continued to do to this family for content and views over the last year. This is not drama. Let me say that again. This is not drama. This is a life and death situation that people are out here announcing and playing with like it's some sort of game. If you can't be decent, please exit. There will be no space for it. This is just not going to be the time frame. This is a serious situation. It is what it is. We are 13 days after they announced it, and there's zero confirmation. There's zero confirmation still to this day. All right. With that said, here we go. Keep the comments nice and respectful. I mean, you can say what you want about Molly and the misinformation and all that stuff. You guys know how it works. But as far as like the side pieces, we don't entertain those over here. So we don't even need to mention any of that. All right. Buckle up. Here we go. Thank you all for being here. Let's go.
Yeah, well, y'all know I don't really do nothing like this here, go live or nothing like that, but this is for my son, and you know, I came all the way down here to support my son, and it don't matter. Whatever it takes, whatever I got to do to come show support to my son, I'm going to be there one way or another. I don't care what nobody say. That's my son. His mama love him, his sisters, his brothers, nieces and nephews, they love him too, and his aunts and uncles. So y'all don't let nobody else tell y'all wrong about his family, because his family is here to support him 100%.
This content falls under the fair use guidelines. Please be respectful in the comments to others. This topic is extremely triggering. We are starting with June 16th, 2023.
Well, why don't you just say it to his father? Why don't you tell his father that his father's passing around fake news? Why don't you?
And who told him? You said that the
Corners, and that they can't even give him more information because they need Dre's permission. Because she's
This video is from June 16th, 2023.
the poor man is fucking crying his eyes out.
You think he'll be okay to come on today?
We found out at around 1 o'clock, and it was around 1:15 when he jumped on my panel. Well, he didn't jump on the panel. He did it. He called.
Marvon Sr. and Wynette Jackson had called Molly Golightly when she was doing a live stream on Kick.
Doesn't bother me. Clout and attention? I don't think I need it.
But the stated purpose of this video was to get attention on this. Isn't that why you brought it to YouTube, Molly?
On attention. What the fuck is clout in a case like this? Only a demented soul would fucking sit down. I think your soul is too. Okay.
In this video, you will see many clips of demented behavior. So please be advised, a heavy trigger warning
My
throughout.
husband's devastated. He told, all right, let's just see. Let's just call her up. See, hold on.
As you can see, she is attempting to contact Marvon Jackson Sr. and Wynette Jackson, the biological father and stepmother of Marvon McCray.
If you would remember or revert back to what I was doing before I lost my channels, I wasn't doing true crime at all. I definitely am not going to drag that bullshit over there.
And as you all know, the Marvon McCray story is not a true crime story.
It says, my husband is devastated. He talked to the coroner. Call us when you go on live. My husband wants to be seen. He wants to look at that Dre in the camera and say something to her. You have no reason to lie. We called you. People are so confused.
And there is a still of the text message she is showing.
Cool. I sent a message to Justin, Laura, Jonathan, Boy, Betty, and then I said, shit.
But you weren't seeking attention?
Veda.
You know I got you, girl.
You were the only one that picked up. So she'll call me.
Molly has to have somebody host her on YouTube because she herself lost her channel.
Miss Wynette? Okay. Okay, so Justin is exhausted from his trip, I believe. But he's here. Okay, so Justin says, we've been trying to find out the last couple of days. They didn't want to tell people unless it was 100% confirmed. Sadly, it is. Can you drop Justin a link, please?
Yeah, me?
No. We're on Veda's channel right now.
Oh, hi, Veda.
Okay. How's your husband doing? He's not doing well, is he?
His nephew was in town. He's in the service and we came back. He just came by and gave him his dog tag. Oh my God, he broke down again. The thing they give him.
Marvon's dog tag?
Hold on. Let me take the phone to him. Hold on.
Wynette said his nephew brought his dog tag over for Marvon Sr.
My mom is Molly and Veda. It's Veda is on our phone. I think he's just here. Not here, but he's here. Veda and it's Molly on the phone.
Justin is here. Hi.
So Justin is not live on the stream, but he is guiding the chat.
Hello again, Mr. Marvon. I know that it's a bad time. Can you tell us exactly? Justin's here. He's listening. Can you tell us? Can you highlight Justin's comment about the 100% sure? Just keep that up there, please. Mr. Marvon Sr., can you tell us again? And I hate to put you through this again. Tell us how you found out everything and how you were able to get the last bits of information about your son.
We got in contact with somebody at the DA, and they got in contact with somebody at the hospital, even that they confirmed it.
Please pay close attention to Marvon Sr.'s own statements. I'm not going to be guiding it. I'm going to be letting their own statements speak for themselves and providing short context and dates for the clips that we are watching. I know it is hard to hear because he is on a phone through a speaker at times in this, but if you need to rewind, remember, you can always rewind and slow it down. And please note, this entire video needs a heavy trigger warning throughout. This is a very sensitive subject, and it can be very hard for people to hear these statements again. So please, if you need to take a break, absolutely do so and come back later.
And I talked to the coroner. They confirmed it. First he said he didn't. He don't. The name was not familiar. Then I told him Marvon McCray, and then he confirmed it. And then
So he says he talked to the coroner.
I called Yuma because I didn't. When I called Tucson coroner, he said his body hadn't come today because I was trying to find out if he was cremated or was he buried, because this happened since May 7th without me knowing. And he said he don't know that. So I got in contact with the Yuma, the people, the medical department of Yuma.
When he called the Tucson coroner, they told him his body had not came through there. So then Marvon Sr. contacted the medical department in Yuma.
And they told me that to get in contact with this coroner because they said it was the medical department. So she gave me the number to the coroner, I guess, down in Tucson. And when I called him, because I got the number, and he said he was going to call me back to let me know if she was going to let me know if he was cremated or buried. But he said he couldn't give me no information. He said he couldn't let me know if he was cremated or not, but he was there. That was the corner office. I'm in the corner that he was in. Did one hand.
So the Yuma Medical Department directed him back to the Tucson coroner, who confirmed that they had his body, but they couldn't tell him whether he had been cremated or buried.
So Tucson had him.
Yeah, Tucson had.
That's where he was staying.
Transferred me to Tucson, the correct the coroner people, and they told me that they did have him, but I had contacted Tucson first, and he told me that when he looked at his records, he said yes, he is. He did pass away on his records, but he said he didn't pass. He didn't come through there because they didn't have him. So he had.
The coroner in Tucson originally didn't recognize the name, didn't think they had him, but then when Marvon Sr. called back, they stated that he had passed according to his records, but he didn't come through there. So according to the records.
It went to another one. So Yuma, the medical doctor in Yuma, and I called him by mistake, and I was calling the detective. But she said it's the medical hospital. The lady had given the medical hospital, and I thought I was dialing a detective, but I asked her questions. So she said, well, yeah, I do got information on him, but I don't know if he was cremated or not, but I can give you the answer. I can give you the number to the coroner down in Tucson. So
he also contacted a medical doctor in Yuma at the hospital who claims that she couldn't give him any information on whether he was cremated or buried, but she directed him back to the Tucson coroner. And he had accidentally gotten a hold of the medical doctor in Yuma when attempting to call the detective at the police department in Yuma.
She gave me the information, and I called the man, and I told the man, I said, can you please tell her to contact me to let me know if she cremated him or did she bury him? Because I'm his father, and I'm concerned, and I need to know. His family need to know. And he said he was going to call me back, but I don't know if he didn't call. I didn't tell him. I don't know what's going on. Because I called him again around about 40 minutes ago, and he never called me back. I think he had text me and said that he'll call me back, but I'm still waiting on his call to see if he was cremated or did she bury him. But it's up to her to tell me, because he said that she got the power of attorney, that's his wife, so he got to do what she says. So he can't give me no information about whether he was buried or cremated. And this ever since May the 7th.
So he died on May the 7th is what you were told.
So Marvon Sr. contacted the Tucson coroner again. He asked the Tucson coroner to please have Dre let them know what had happened to his body, whether it was cremated or he was buried. He states that because she has power of attorney, that the Tucson coroner told him that they could not tell him anything else and that he would need to go through his wife to find out any more information. He also stated that he was waiting on a return call from the Tucson coroner and he had not heard back from them as of the time of this stream.
Yes, ma'am.
How many times were you told that he passed away on the 7th?
He passed away on May the 7th.
How many different people told you that he was?
Again, reminder, this is from June 16th.
So the coroner told me in Tucson, the medical doctor told me in Arizona. I met in Yuma, and then the other corner that where he was at told me, and then the lady that contacted Lynette told her that was at the hospital, working at the hospital where she was at.
So that same hospital that Wynette had went to and made that friend, is that who you're talking about?
Ma'am.
Is that the friend that Wynette made at the hospital?
Yeah, this week.
Yes.
Okay.
Marvon Sr. stated that the Tucson coroner, the medical doctor in Yuma, the other coroner where he was at told him, and also that the lady that Wynette had met when they were in Yuma, the lady that worked at the hospital in Yuma, had contacted Wynette and confirmed it to Wynette. And just in case you are confused on who they are referring to about the lady at the hospital in Yuma, here's a quick reminder. This clip is from 2022.
Any updates?
Yeah, I wish we could. I really
Yeah.
do. Everyone's asking us.
I have a friend there that God is so good. When we were there, I met a lady. She was trying to get out of the hospital, and I was sitting out there waiting on my husband one day, and she was trying to get out of the hospital, and I started kept walking by. I'm like, ma'am, do you need some help? So I was like the little person that help people when they get off off the elevator. I was helping them find the directions to where they needed to go because I'm sitting there. So, and she was a nice lady I met, and her name was Joy, beautiful lady. So she was the one who kept our dog while we were there. She kept Fancy, sweet lady. So
Really?
I'm just gonna try to reach out to her and see if she can, sweet lady. I put people in your past for reasons.
This is also the same lady they contacted in November when the first death hoax happened.
So she was doing you a favor by giving you a heads up, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, a lady that they keep not knowing while we was up there because the dog could stay in the VA hospital. I mean, the VA hotel or whatever they had.
Marvon Sr. and Wynette had visited Yuma in June of 2022.
Oh my gosh. What do you think of the fact that everyone on social media that is talking about this story is saying that Dre has not confirmed this? What do you say to that?
Unless he confirmed it, but the coroner confirmed it.
Why?
It's Marvon McCray.
Marvon Sr. states again that the coroner confirmed it.
And he confirmed it.
Why do you think she wouldn't tell anybody?
I don't know because I think she don't want nobody to know.
Right.
Marvon Sr. thinks that Dre hasn't confirmed it because he doesn't believe she wants anybody to know.
I mean, honestly, that's totally hostile.
She's trying to cremate the body. I cremated the body. And I got the insurance money that ran the Texas, I think. That's what I heard. So I'm not sure. But I heard she no longer staying in Arizona.
And although rumors are swirling, Dre has not been silent on social media.
I'm not surprised at all that she wouldn't confirm it. That does not surprise me at all.
It don't surprise me either because she wasn't talking to us, letting us know nothing about it anyway. So
Communication with the family had ceased back earlier in 2022, but let's go ahead and take a look back at a clip from August of 2022. These are examples of why the communication potentially failed. Please make note of the comment on the screen.
Justin, I'm gonna try to call Dre now while y'all on live.
Okay. She said she's going to try to call Dre now. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We don't need to hear that conversation.
Yeah, if she answers, just mute it or just hang up on us or something.
Yeah.
If she,
You don't know.
Again, just for timeline purposes, Marvon Sr. and Wynette had visited Yuma in June of 2022. This phone call did not take place until the end of August of 2022.
Dre would just tell us, say, we really want to go out there and see him.
this is Marvon and what I call it. I just wanted to give us a call back. Went to the voicemail. I left a message.
Hello.
Yep.
Oh.
Call back. We can come back out.
Oh, you just left a message. So.
Okay. Well, she just left. They just left her a message, Marissa.
She's
Yeah.
back to the phone.
Wynette had left a message for Dre again at the end of August of 2022. Let's move forward to when Molly returned from her trip and went live about it. Again, the date of this is going to be around the 29th of August, 2022.
So I'm going to tell you about yourself, Dre. You caused a lot of suspicion. Now, somebody said a comment which was very, very interesting. And they said, hey, Marissa, don't you think that it would have been easier if that the family could have been seeing it if you and Justin weren't talking about it all the time? I said, oh, no. This is how it really goes. Before I ever heard of Dre McCray, the video was already out where Dre records herself in that stupid wig looking like a lunatic at the VA saying, no, I need security. I want security. That was already out.
The video she is referencing is that of Marvon Sr. when he went to Yuma, that was filmed between the 18th and the 23rd of June, which is also how the internet learned about Marvon Sr. The upcoming clip is from July of 2022.
Tell us exactly how that felt and like how did it feel seeing her? And did you know that she was going to deny you?
Per the policies of the VA hospital, visitation is not able to be denied. And when Marvon Sr. and Wynette made their arrangements for their trip, they knew this in advance. They were actually set up in housing by the VA for their visit.
No, ma'am, I didn't have no idea of that. I didn't have no idea of it. It just was like, why didn't you want me to see my son? What is he trying to hide from me? Why did you got the doctors not giving information to him? Why didn't you have the doctor give the father the information on what's going on with his son? But she didn't. She had a family pass on her, and by her being a power of attorney, by her being his wife, they said that they couldn't get any no kind of information. Only thing they could do is let me see him, and she tried to have her throw it out. So it really hurt it, but
of course it hurt, yeah.
Got to see him.
So how long did you get to see him for?
Around about for a couple of hours that day.
Oh, for a couple of hours. And who was like the final decision maker?
She's the final decision maker. By her being a power of attorney, by they being married. That's
Not that she's from the house, but I'm the decision maker. Oh, the hospital let us see her.
Oh wow. So
They said they couldn't deny it.
yes, that's right.
They could deny us. That's what they said. They said that they just don't can deny us information.
Again, please reference the VA policy on visitation.
So they can only deny information. So
they 100% could visit, just not get access to private information.
Yes.
you're telling me that you felt it. You felt like she was hiding something.
Yes, I felt like that, especially when I seen him around his neck. I felt like she was hiding something.
Back to a clip from August of 2022.
You guys just didn't see it because in the Justice for Vaughn group, they were looking for a YouTuber to help and put this out there. Oh, but now it's not okay. Now it's not okay because Katie Joy got hung up on.
There were previous issues with the Justice for Vaughn and Exposing Dre McCray groups on Facebook before any YouTube creators were involved. The admins Molly is referencing are those from the Exposing Dre McCray and Justice for Vaughn groups.
What does that mean by working? Because me and Justin are not working for Letitia or Wynette. We're just trying to help them. We're not working for them. Choose your words wisely, please.
YouTube creators were brought in weeks after the story kicked off on Facebook.
And this investigation? Are you kidding me? They had a fundraiser up before I ever came into the picture. So now Dre's pissed off and saying, all right, do you really want to know what she's saying?
Again, this conversation is from August of 2020.
Because I'll freaking tell you what she's doing. If you think I won't do it, I will. All right. I'll show you. So let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Dre, Did you tell Miss Wynette that you don't have a lawyer?
There has never been any documents that have shown proof that Dre has an attorney.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, did you also say that there is no lawyer for Letitia? I'm just going to ask.
There still has been no factual proof shown that Letitia retained said attorney.
That, Andrea, the day that 2 days ago, or the night before, I get it. So on last week, Miss Wynette tried to reach out to her.
Which was the previous clip shown of when they called while they were doing a live stream.
And it was awful.
Got a nasty message back.
Basically, she says, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
You would think that she would want like peace.
I have it. It's right here.
So after Wynette called and left the message, Dre had sent a text.
Molly, thank you so much. We were talking about calling you, blah, blah, blah. I got my own special place for you in my heart. Okay. So Miss Wynette decided to call up Dre to ask for permission to know where he's at. Okay. That's all she did. And you know how now this is going to blow the roof off a lot of people. But guess what? Dre wanted this in writing. And I'm going to show you what she sent to Miss Wynette.
And by show, she means she's going to read you the text messages.
Miss Wynette, I'm quite surprised to just now hear from you since your visit in Tucson.
This was 2 months after their initial visit.
Your actions or lack thereof lead me to believe that my apology wasn't accepted, since there has not been any form of communication or inquiries from you or your husband on how Marvon is doing.
Marvon Sr. and Wynette had visited in June of 2022. They didn't reach back out for contact or to ask how Marvon was doing until the end of August of 2022. 2 months later, Dre had texted Wynette when they were in the hospital visiting Marvon at the VA in June and apologized to Wynette. Wynette did not respond nor communicate back with Dre until August, after they did the live stream and called her and left her a message.
That's wrong. That is not true. She was being ignored. The voicemail was Roz's voice.
Which we heard they called and left a voice message on Dre's phone.
So it says, she goes on and Dre says, I always encouraged communication with both you and Marvon Sr., as I did with Letitia. Even after Letitia put Marvon's safety at risk when she publicly shared his location, I still made arrangements with her personally. That is not true.
Screenshot on the screen of her sharing the location.
She never told anyone where he was publicly. That wasn't her. That wasn't her.
The date of this post is from July 4th, previous to Molly and Spanky even covering this story.
She didn't tell a soul.
No, she didn't even tell us.
Not at all.
Marvon's safety at risk when she publicly shared his location. I still made arrangements with her personally, as I do not have a lawyer, nor was contacted by anyone representing her. Here she is, flipping the script.
Again, there's been no proof that Dre has legal representation.
She's trying to make it, and it makes sense. You guys, well, the idiots, are assuming that Letitia at this point still doesn't have a lawyer and that she pocketed the money. That's not true. And we can prove it.
Which, unfortunately, that has never been done either.
So I'm going to go. She says, I made the arrangements with her personally, as I do not have a lawyer. Why are you so quiet then, Dre? Why are you lying? Why are you going to sit here and say that you don't have legal representation? Because we have the paperwork.
No court filings were ever made on behalf of Marvon.
Do you think that we are stupid people? Of course you do.
She has an attorney.
Justin has never shown proof on his page of said attorney.
However, this is not the information I was told she is sharing. She never gave the location. Then she goes on to say the lies and showy display on social media that you, Marvon, and Letitia have participated in by sharing false information, private information, and disgusting false accusation has further fueled the disdain that, in capital letters, strangers have for me and has continually put me and our children in danger. Girl, you're fine.
The upcoming is an example of these showy displays of misinformation, featuring Marvon Sr. and Molly from a conversation they had in July of 2022. You can find clips in my August 11th video.
Do you believe your son tried to hang himself?
No, I don't. My son, no. My son is not suicidal, so I don't know where that comes from. I don't know. But this happened. There's something else going on because I heard that even they been giving him Xanax, she been giving him Xanax and Kratom or whatever the drug is. And she been going across the border getting stuff like that. And they doing their own investigation now. They're trying to open back up on her. Because I just talked to one of my other sons, and he's doing a computer all the time. So he told me a lot of stuff that was going on.
Wow. So.
And now they got the hospital locked down. That nobody can see him because she got caught trying to give him something or something like that. She got caught trying to give him something or put something in his ear. Whatever, she got caught trying to do something, so she can't come back to the hospital to see him no more. They got it on lockdown. Nobody's permitted to see him. So the mother's trying to, some kind of way to get power of attorney, I guess, so she could come see him or whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
July of 2022 is when these rumors initially started.
Oh, she done made it there? Oh,
Yeah, she made it. Yeah.
She made it there this morning. Yeah. Very early.
Oh, okay, so I don't know what's going on right now with him.
She alerted me when she woke up and she was ready to go. She is with her husband and her other son. They are in Tucson. I don't know anything. I did ask her, don't say anything, don't tell me anything until after you've seen him. I think it's, sir, madam, I think it's really disgusting that this woman, whatever she is, this little, pardon my French, but this little bitch is treating your family and your son this way and making it so public. It's revolting. It makes me sick. And we have people all over the world that are watching and listening and praying for you guys. I know you can see it. I know you've seen me and Justin trying to work and help you guys. Oh, God bless you. Yeah, you know what? It's tough, but I can only imagine how much more tough it is for you guys. Like I have to say, he is such a wonderful, from what we can see, he is absolutely such a wonderful person and a baby.
This man is a U.S. Marine veteran. Back to an example of why the communication probably faltered. Back to the clip from the end of August of 2022.
Calm down, take some K and sit the fuck down. She goes on and says, you are now asking to visit with the wrong people behind you, with the wrong intentions. Okay, the wrong people behind them, it would be me and Justin, right? Oh, you don't like it that we showed your videos. You don't like it that we helped them raise money to go see their son. That is their son. You may be the wife, but that's still their son.
Let's take one more glance at their conversation from July of 2022.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. It's Molly and Justin again. Okay. So when you were in the room for a couple of hours that was at the VA hospital, correct? Wow. Okay. God bless them at the VA, huh? Because they gave Letitia the runaround.
Oh, they are?
Well, after.
She probably not. She probably didn't ask them because the hospital, they probably saw it, so I'm pretty sure he got something she can even ask them if they can provide a room for them.
Yeah.
That's what we did because she needed to talk to the social worker that's in the hospital and get the social worker some information on how they can help out with the room.
Molly states that Letitia has been given the runaround by the VA, and Marvon Sr. comes back and says she needs to contact a social worker so the social worker can help her facilitate lodging while they were there for their visit, because the VA does have housing that they've put family members up in when they're coming for a visit. That is how Marvon Sr. and Wynette stayed in Arizona during their visit. This was in regards to Letitia's trip to visit Arizona in July around the 16th through the 25th.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
She is his wife, the mother of his child.
Their blood.
You are being funded by the people who hate me and are intent to destroy me. Destroy you? Sweetheart, are you talking about the people that contacted paparazzi? No, those were paparazzi people. That wasn't us. We don't give a shit about paparazzi. Destroy you? No, actually, what we did was we talked about the videos that you put out.
Or quite possibly the highly edited videos. One thing that continues to be glossed over is the fact that Marvon Sr. and Wynette had already been to Arizona to visit Marvon. and then came to the internet and started getting money after their trip as a way of reimbursing them in some way. Marvon Sr. and Wynette only made one trip to Arizona, and that was the initial trip in June of 2022, and they never returned.
I do have your Cash App up right now. It's $winners1970. Okay, I was told that your trip was very costly, and hopefully there is people in the chat right now who hopefully can throw you guys a little something, and of course Justin and I will do as well.
Of course,
we will. So just look out for that.
It's still unconfirmed who asked to raise money for the Jacksons.
You put out those videos, not us. We made commentary on them, right? But you didn't like it. You didn't like it. Let's see what else she says to this family. I cannot turn a blind eye to your deliberate actions. Let me continue to take care of my husband in peace. That, capital letters, would be the least you could give Vaughn, is peace for the people he loves the most.
Extreme trigger warning for the upcoming section.
I cannot turn a blind eye to your deliberate actions. Let me continue to take care of my husband in peace. That, capital letters, would be the least you could give Vaughn, is peace for the people he loves the most.
Molly is continuing to read Dre's response to Wynette. Wynette had reached out and left a voicemail, as we saw when they were live on stream on Spanky's channel in the end of August. And here's another example of some of these deliberate actions.
Son would never try to off himself.
No, he never tried to do that. No, he never tried to do that.
He would never. Well, yeah, he just.
Have they talked to the local police yet? If they have, don't tell us what they've said, but just have they spoke with them?
You said I went to the local police?
Have you spoken to the Yuma police?
I spoke to, no, I haven't. I called and spoke to the detective.
Okay, that's good. That's enough.
I spoke to the detective.
Okay. You don't have to get into it. We just want to.
We don't want to know what you talked about. We just
They told me that they couldn't do nothing.
Right, Tucson can't do anything. Okay.
Right.
I heard that they're supposed to be trying to open the case back up because of the incident that happened at the hospital. That's what I heard.
Ooh, opening an incident. Okay, because of the incident that occurred at the hospital, and that incident.
That's what I heard.
Okay, so that incident being her trying to feed him something, correct?
Let's do something. Whatever you were trying to give him.
This rumor initially started in July of 2022.
Do you know what that means? What she's saying is go away. Let me take care of my son for the people that he loves the most. Hey, girlfriend. He was excited about talking to his family. Remember? I remember.
Again, another extreme trigger warning for the upcoming piece.
And supposedly he left the people that loves him most. He willingly walked outside and grabbed a rope, leaving the people that he loved the most. That doesn't make sense, does it? You're the one he loved the most. You were fighting. You were fighting the night before. You were fighting the day after, right?
That rumor had been started by the family back in the end of June.
And then all of a sudden, they find him in his condition. And you're not crying. You're not upset. And Mr. Marvon Sr. said that the rope was down here. Is that what you meant by trying to destroy you?
Marvon Sr. had done multiple interviews discussing this.
Is that what you meant? How is that destroying you? Why are you so quiet? How come you don't want anyone to see him?
And by this time, they both had been able to see him.
That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to say that you don't have a lawyer, let's keep going.
Another trigger warning, just in case you needed reminded.
Let me continue to take care of my husband in peace. That would be the least you could give Vaughn, is peace for the people he loves the most. But he left. He left, right? All right, that's what you're telling us. That he willingly opted to check out of this world. According to what was in the police report? Why would he do that if he loved you? He didn't want to be with you.
He wanted out. In my opinion,
he wanted to take off. I don't know, girl.
It is complete ignorance to blame somebody else for an attempted suicide.
I'm well aware of the storm online. However, my family has an indescribable peace given by Jehovah. And I will not allow you or anyone else benefiting financially from our tragedy to continue to destroy our peace. Wait a second. If you're well aware, it means that you're invested. What do you mean? Wait, I got to call you out on this. You don't want anyone benefiting financially? Whoa, fundraisers so they can go out there? YouTubers that are going on and critiquing your videos? Well, guess what? Your own people wanted us to do it, and we did. Have we benefited? Yes.
Insert Molly's $18,000 check from July.
Or have you? Yes. You're on video talking about how you're going to get paid for carrying him, right? You're talking about pushing your new business off the ground. I don't get it's going to belly up. It's just, I could just see it.
Again, examples of behavior that the family co-signed.
Let's just say your beneficiary, a GoFundMe. That happens before us, sweetheart. Okay? I think that the family that started the GoFundMe were in the right. At least they were truthful. You're over here getting all dressed up, bringing soup, having little fashion shows, take pictures of my dress. Do you know how bad that makes you look? But guess what? I'm glad that this happens because now you're taking it out on Letitia. Well, what the hell does Letitia have to do to you? Nothing. And now you're going to lie and say that she's not represented by an attorney?
Molly and Justin have shown nothing about representation by an attorney.
And you're going to have Katie Joy telling the internet that Miss Letitia is a scam artist and that me and Justin are in it?
Your own statements are what the internet saw.
Do you realize that what you are doing is illegal? And it's very fishy. Very, very fishy.
Speaking of fishy,
I believe passionately that these people deserve to see their son. And me and Justin have been willing to do whatever it took. I even told Miss Wynette, tell her you'll block me. Block me, all of you, just block me and say I'll never say a word about her again. I'll delete the videos, whatever it takes, so that you get to see your son. And Miss Wynette said, absolutely not. I won't tell her that.
they had already seen Marvon by this point.
You guys have been nothing but respectful and grateful, and that they appreciated that we covered this and helped them.
This is a prime example of how they've helped this family.
So this is how she ends. I'm well aware of the storm online. However, my family has an indescribable...
That's a good comment. Don't forget about the love of the 25 police reports that was...
I'm well aware of the storm online. However, my family has an indescribable peace given by Jehovah and will not allow you and anyone else to benefit financially from our tragedy to continue to destroy our peace. Stay away. That's what she said.
At the end of August of 2022.
And now, Miss Letitia is not happy because Dre is going against their legal binding agreement. Now she doesn't want Miss Letitia out there.
Listen to the language that she uses.
Why don't you want your husband's blood relatives to see him? I'm going to ask you that again. Well, guess what is on my phone? I have, and so does Justin. There it is. That's a legal document right here. Says Superior Court of Arizona. Are you familiar with that, Trey? Are you familiar with this piece of paper? County of Pima?
Yeah. The one that...
Okay.
Another reminder of this order they claim.
Impossible! The fucking lawyer exists!
Wow.
Boom! This is an official court document. Boom! Right here. Attorney for petitioner, Letitia Bias.
Then you can search the records database for Arizona. There is nothing filed on Marvon's behalf.
There you go.
All yours worked out together there? Yeah.
Yeah, we have the whole thing. Marvon McCray. Okay, so we have an address here. We have a phone number, and it says, if I zoom in, attorney for petitioner, Letitia Bias.
You can find these forms online to fill out yourself.
Petition the court for a contact order to Andrea McCray to allow Ms. Bias to have in-person and telephone contact with subject person, who is Letitia Bias's biological son. I'm not going to read the rest. So,
And there is no case number for this supposed
Dre
filing.
McCray and Katie have lied to you. There are receipts. Now we have to say, all right, because you want to know something? Miss Letitia said, gloves are off. Gloves are fucking off. She said, bring it. Bring investigators to my fucking house so I could just show them. She didn't say that. I threw in the fuck.
Another example of things that were done on behalf of Letitia.
She doesn't talk like that. That's me. Did she not say that, Justin? She was like,
You
I
said
am.
it.
And she wanted to back down so many times because she knows how ugly and disgusting this girl is.
But Letitia had never done anything to Dre.
One said that they think, they don't know for sure, that Dre and KJ are communicating through a third party.
Absolutely, in my opinion.
Rumors such as this have been swirling around the internet since July of 2022.
So for everyone who was asking for a refund, either shame on you or you have been lied to.
Refund requests started as early as July 8th.
They want to hurt this family so bad. And then lie after lie after lie. You're dealing with two habitual liars. Exactly. None of us have money coming out of our ears.
They had already been to Arizona to visit Marvon at this time. The upcoming clip is from the end of July 2022.
They keep me pushing. Besides you guys telling me, do not give up. If people in the chat and people all over the world that send me, uplifting things to say, keep going, don't stop. We love you. We stand behind you. I appreciate that.
All right. Okay. All right. Listen, sweetheart. Kelly Ford, enough. The money I donated, I want it to be used for a lawyer, or you want your money back.
I refund it. Just like anybody else that asked for a refund and they were given their refund, they can be refunded.
You can have a refund. You can have a refund if that's the way you feel. If you don't think that your money that you donated actually went to an attorney, there's 2 attorneys now. Don't come back. You're not welcomed here. You classless piece of shit.
Letitia is on the phone during this live stream.
You have no class. Anyone that takes their donation back, you are a disgusting human. And be lucky that I even called you human. Get out and don't come back. How dare you? Justin said to her, what you do with my donation.
My donation.
And also, Michelle said, I just sent you $100 to get yourself a pedicure. What I said is whatever you want to do, whatever you need. And listen, if you feel like she's not paying her attorneys, listen, attorneys don't work for free. You are disgusting.
And this is the displays of any time somebody asks for a refund.
And you want to know something? For what you just did to try to humiliate this woman when she's already at her bottom, with you trying to kick her when she's on the floor already? How dare you?
But Letitia stated she could get a refund of her money.
You don't kick someone when they're down.
You don't do that.
How does a human being do that?
How dare you?
How does a human being, like, can we not show some compassion, people? Can we, forget about if you like me, if you like Marissa, if you don't like Elle, if you don't like Jessica, if you don't like forget about that. This is about human beings.
Human beings who have been shown no human decency.
It's not about, typing on a little computer about something.
You know what, though? Not everyone feels that way, Miss Letitia, and you know that. Anytime there's anything good going on, right? Anytime that there's something good, rotten apples have to come in and try and destroy it. Well, guess what? Not today, Satan. Not today. Get out. Don't come back.
And still to this date, no refunds have been issued.
She's got 2 lawyers. She can prove it.
That's crazy.
It's disgusting is what it is.
As Molly makes that claim, Letitia's still on panel and does not
She
correct
did that to humiliate you. And she's not going to get away with it with her stupid questions. Get out of here. You think we don't know who you are?
Letitia was present during many conversations such as that.
I'll give them more money too. I have. That's how much I believe in them.
Again, they had both been to Arizona to visit Marvon.
Dre, she's on a whole other level. And you want to know something? My conscience is clear.
Let's go back to the June 16th, 2023 stream.
I'm not surprised you told us anyway. But they say they got the paperwork, you know, the coroners say they got it. And then I talked to 2 coroners and I talked to 2 coroners and a medical lady. All of them stated that he had passed. So
Marvon Sr. states 2 coroners and a medical lady all stated he had passed.
Ashley in the comments said she didn't tell anyone because she's making money off people waiting for an update. Ouch. I certainly hope that that's not true. Maybe she's trying to think of a way to tell people.
all the way to May the 7th, she ain't told no one yet. She's been probably waiting up. The man told me, this is exactly what he told me. He said that he has the paperwork and he's waiting on her to give him confirmation on what to do.
Marvon Sr. states that the gentleman he spoke to claims that he has the paperwork ready. He's just waiting on Dre to tell him what to do.
Hey, the corner. He said he has all the paperwork ready. He said he's just waiting on her confirmation.
I don't think she'll give that a go, do you?
She gonna get a confirmation for him. They probably get cremated or something, so we can't get to him in time enough or whatever. Or, you know, I don't know, get all autopsy or whatever. So he said that I don't know. He just told me that he waiting on confirmation from her.
Marvon Sr. again states that the coroner is waiting on confirmation from Dre.
He said he's gonna be cremated or what?
I don't think she's going to bury him. I don't think she will bury him.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't. I think so low of her that I think that.
Again, they claimed he passed on May the 7th. This would have been 6 weeks after.
And you spoke to Miss Letitia today. Is today the first day that Miss Letitia and her family found out?
Yes, this is the first day that I found out.
And you told Miss Letitia at around 1 o'clock, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, I thought her this morning.
Oh.
And I was on the phone this morning calling everybody.
So according to Marvon Sr., he's the one who told Letitia.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just distraught. I just can't do nothing and don't know what to do because I can't do nothing. I know I can't do nothing, so I don't know what to do. I'm just upset right now. And I'm crying all morning, all evening. And I don't know how she's taking this right now.
Right. I know. I'm like even afraid to like reach out and say something. And I mean, I know she just lost her sister a week ago. And now finding out, that, this ex-wife of her son kept
Marvon and Dre are still currently married.
This huge, enormous secret. I mean, honestly, I think that you people have been tormented over and over and over again. I do. That's how I feel. I do. I think that a lot of evil has surrounded you guys, and it was really undeserved. And this was a really, tough story for us.
Let's take another look at an example of the behaviors that have transpired over the last year. Let's take a glance back to November 2022 during the first death hoax. And yes, unfortunately, it's one of the same
Please call
sources.
Wynette. Can you please call Wynette again?
I did. I already.
She's calling me again. She's gonna knock me off.
No, that's
They breed crackheads and baby murderers.
No, it wasn't. It was Wynette.
Justin stated, no, that was Letitia. Molly responds, no, that was Vinette. Whoever it was, they didn't answer either of them.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have heard, but apparently Dre McCray posted in her Slay with Dre McCray group that Marvon McCray has passed away. I don't know the details of this, but she
Marissa's
claims.
live, so she can't talk.
Yeah, please don't call my phone yet, because she'll not. Yeah, so yes, that's what according to Dre McCray and her fans, that's what she's saying, that he passed away.
As you all know, there was no such post.
So if that is so, my heart goes out to Miss Letitia, her children, the family that loves him, Miss Wynette, Mr. Marvon Sr., all of his friends, and all of the men who cared about him. And I'm sure he'll be cremated immediately if this is true. I don't know if this is 100% true. All I'm saying is that I don't have a screenshot of this because I'm not a fan of hers.
Zero confirmation, but announced it anyways.
Please stop fighting. Enough. Please stop fighting.
They were protesting outside Quentin Simon's house at this time.
Mallory.
Down. Justin, thank you so much. Hey, Marissa, SNBC 13 is confirming Vaughn passed away.
We just have NBC 13 from that Marvon McCray. If you could put it on, then something. Baby Taylor lives here. Baby Taylor lives here. If anyone can go. Oh, he can't walk it. He to have.
He's got to go on down.
They had announced that he passed away the night previously, but then the following morning, SNBC 13 had produced this article that they use as a confirmation source to announce it once again.
Tweaking. Tweaking. That's a sick stuff right there.
Did we just have NBC 13 confirm that Marvon McCray has passed away? If you could pass that on, can somebody?
Baby Killer lives here. Baby Killer lives here.
If anyone can go over.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, Marvon passed away.
Oh, he can't walk that. They need to be able to see both ways when they're pulling out.
Molly had already posted in her Patreon and on her community wall on YouTube about his passing. The original article that SNBC 13 produced eventually was taken down and removed, and then it was changed to a death hoax article that still remained. Now, this is another of the sources that are currently running with the story that he passed away again. Along with SNBC 13, Jonathan Lee Riches wrote an article this time claiming that Marvon passed away. He didn't write one in November, but he did as of June 16th.
And wanted to play like she's a victim. She's not a victim.
Back to June 16th, 2023.
I don't know why the doctors let her keep coming in age. I mean, they're trying to do things to them while they keep letting them come.
Those stories started to spread in July of 2022.
And they just don't want to help you or nothing. They say that, well, I talked to the detective today. They said, well, since he ain't down here human no more, you got to tell the people down there.
The police investigation was officially closed in November of 2022.
Anyway, and y'all can see all the evidence went on a video when they showed when the police came when they first seen my son on the video, when they had her, when they had him on the video, and how she was acting, she wasn't crying, she wasn't doing nothing.
Please listen carefully to the words he uses.
And then the little girl said it was like 3 people. She told the little girl to shut up. Like 3 people to the house. My son ain't hung himself or nothing like that, man.
Unfortunately, this is a tragedy, no matter which way you view it.
You know
He
who?
about tall as the dog on the thing that he was in. He tall as that. His foot would have been touching the ground.
More education is needed about suicide awareness.
And the doctor told me they said that, well, because of the anal investigation going on right now, she was cleared because it's supposed to be a suicide.
An extensive investigation was done.
So how could be a suicide? I'm still in the hospital trying to kill my son. When he was in a coma and all. And when he opened his eyes, you still doing evil stuff to him. Nothing with his ID.
Again, repeating the rumor from July 2022.
It's crazy, man. I'm so pissed off right now. I don't know what to do. Pissed off, man.
Again, this is from June 16th, 2023.
Yeah, I really am sorry. He was very special to me, and a story that will really stay with me. And I wish that I could find some sort of something positive to say about some sort of redeeming qualities about her.
You don't have to find redeeming qualities about Dre to realize this is wrong.
But I just can't find it. I just can't find it. To say anything positive about her, because she has been nothing but suspicious. Her actions have been nothing but cold-hearted and calculated, and she's not a smart person, and that's the whole conundrum of it, is she's not a smart person, but somehow she's been able to walk this plank and just get around. But I don't think that it's going to last for very long. I'm pretty sure my intuition's telling me that in the future we're going to find out something very, very, very intense about this girl.
The investigation was closed November 2022.
I don't think she's going to get away scot-free. There is so much damning evidence that she put out on the internet.
Exactly.
So much.
The detective don't look at that. They could look at, I told them all they had to look at her internet, her Facebook or whatever, Instagram or whatever, and you could see all the damaging evidence right there.
Oh,
nobody see that.
You want to know something?
Look at all that stuff that she be saying and doing on the internet.
I can answer that. The reason why is you actually did have a chance at that. You did have a lot of people that were in your corner, Mr. Jackson, and were looking at this evidence, and
the police did an extensive investigation
and doing all that. But then you also had people like Katie Joy that were trying to contaminate this situation and make it about money and going after Letitia. And, you had all these people making up lies and stories. I mean, for God's sake, she paid a website or something in Africa to put out that he died the first time, just for me.
The source behind the articles is unknown, But as you saw previously in this video, Molly announced that Marvon passed based on a source that had told her Dre had announced it in her Slay Mafia group. Molly announced it the night before this article ever showed up in November.
For it to fall in my hands so that it could come out of my mouth, and for me to sound less, what do you call it? What's the word I'm thinking of? Credible. To make me less credible. And it was
Molly and Spanky had announced that he passed away live on their YouTube channels the night before the article ever popped up. It was Jill with a $2 super chat who sent it to Spanky, who then confirmed it to Molly, who announced it on BHB's channel. But that was after they had already announced it the night before.
He had to move from her.
Yeah. Look, I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
Me and Letitia were able to get a hold of Vital last time when we thought we were on the phone with them for 2 hours. And they said if you're a biological parent and as long as you turn in identification, they'll give you his death certificate if there is one.
Not a single person has requested a death certificate on Marvon to this date. That is public record and is tracked through the county.
So I'll send you that number when we get off here.
Yeah.
12 days later and still no certificate.
Yes.
Will you tell him what I said, Molly?
So Veda said, go ahead, Veda. He's listening.
So me and Letitia last time during the false alarm, we had called Vital, which is where you can get his death certificate. And they said as long as you're a biological parent and you turn in an ID stating so, that they will give you the death certificate and the date of death and everything. So we could do that. And I'll send you the number when we get off here.
Even an adult biological sibling could have requested.
Okay, because that's what we had did one time before. So yeah, you can give me the number too. That'd be great too, so I can go and get it. Because right now they don't want to give me no information right now. Because we did it one time before when it was a hoax saying he was dead, and they sent us back a death certificate. If it be blank, that means he is not dead. But if it be written up, that means he passed. So that'd be a great help too.
Oh yeah. They were going to give it to her. It's just he didn't pass away at that time. So they were like, well, it's blank.
If they knew they could access information easily by contacting Vital Records, why wasn't that the first step? And why has that still not been done after 12 days?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've been trying my best to keep the heat off of y'all, you know.
Unfortunately, the family has been a part of all of this.
Get people to leave you alone.
The ones creating the rumors, they want left alone. But Dre and the kids can suffer, I guess.
Is there anything that we can do for you, Mr. Jackson?
No, ma'am. Y'all did a lot for me with this whole thing. I appreciate everything y'all done did for me already. Me and my family.
Yeah.
12 days later and still zero proof behind their claims.
I was talking and I wanted to bring up something. A couple months ago, there was some news about where Dre did something allegedly to him in the room, and they were going to give the rights to bond over to Letitia on the days leading up, to him passing away. They had walked in on her doing something. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Molly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It was not days leading up to the supposed passing away of Marvon. It was actually started in July 2022 when Marvon Sr. was first on panel giving interviews. And according to him at that time, that information had been given to him by his son.
You probably know it more about it than me. Justin said it was okay to talk about if you want to tell what happened.
Ma'am.
Can you explain to us what had happened with that? I don't want to say the wrong thing. I mean, I don't know in detail what had happened. All I know is she had done something.
I put the hospital on lockdown because she's been trying to do something to his IV or something like that. She was trying to put something in the IV, so they had the hospital on lockdown. And so she couldn't come back. Well, she could have came back to see him, but I think twice a week for 30 minutes, and she hadn't been supervised in there. So
Again, rumors that had started in July of 2022.
I just let her come back to see him. They should have arrested her or did something to her because there ain't no way you're supposed to be messed with no medical supplies. I mean, no medical equipment, period. They should have did something, but they didn't come back seeing him. They were starving him while he was in there telling the doctor they can't feed him food. He was like 90 pounds.
You know what she was trying to put in his IV?
No, I forgot what they said she was trying to put in some kind of. I forgot what they said she was trying to put in it. Because you know they don't give us so much information over the telephone.
Right.
See, that's crazy.
Again, these rumors started in July of 2022, but a thorough investigation has been conducted and closed by law enforcement in November of 2022. And there were 0 charges filed on Dre.
One thing, guess who confirmed that? Guess who confirmed that the hospital was locked down? Why don't you guys rewind back to when...
Molly, we know you confirmed that lie.
Everybody trying to ignore the fact. Everybody trying to ignore the fact. They are not looking at the fact. And now that my son is dead now, God bless his soul. Now, what the fact is now? It's too late for that now. They should ignore it in the first time. They should ignore it the second time. She kept bouncing up from hospital to hospital, consuming it one hospital. Because she get into another hospital too. As soon as the hospital found out what she was doing, she went to another hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. See?
Well, I hope she didn't have anything to do with it this time.
She was cleared by law enforcement.
All of this could have been avoided had she, the whole thing, everything on YouTube, everything could have been avoided if she just would have graciously allowed his parents to come visit him. Everything was no, I'm going to call security. Why? Why is it that you didn't want his family, his own mother and his own father and stepmother? Why did you not want his brother and sister?
Hey, allegedly she was trying to put some oil or something around him or on him or something. That's what it was. And she was only allegedly allowed in the hospital twice a day, 30 minutes each time. And there had to be supervision.
Yeah. Her to come in there, if she tried to put some ball inside an IV, why would you allow her to come back in there again? She should have been arrested. Some kind of charge should have been pressed.
Absolutely.
That's right. Just by that being a wife, they get her all the power of attorney over somebody doing something like that. That her mom and dad, that his mom and daddy can't have no kind of power of attorney over him. Because we were trying to get him down here. So we could.
All that needed was, she just needed to at least tell you guys that he had passed. And just some decency. That's all.
But announcing it without proof is showing decency.
Let's get her to just show us. And Andrea, let's just get you let's get you live and prove to us that this man is still alive. That's all you got to do.
If it's confirmed, why are they demanding answers from Dre?
This is not a repeat. He talked to the coroner. I know, but the thing is people are trying so hard not to accept that what Katie did was shady. It was a setup.
And that, unfortunately, is just not factual.
She made it so that an article came out saying that he passed, and that I would find out while I'm in the streets of Savannah protesting, and that my voice would pick it up of me telling Justin he died.
Thankfully, we detailed that extensively in November.
That's so gross. So gross.
Yeah, we were in the Savannah streets. Yeah, we were only a few miles away. In fact, Miss Wynette drove up and said hello to us. She got a picture with all of us.
I reshared the video that details all of the ins and outs of their Savannah trip on my community page.
On with Letitia when that happened, she was just screaming for 2 hours. I mean, you don't do that to somebody.
Let's just roll the footage.
I guess we'll do this. I guess we'll do this together, right?
Right.
We'll do it now. All right, we're here. The good old Savannah police, baby. We got some good old Savannah police.
Oh, that's my buddy.
Yeah, and these good old Savannah chicks from the good old South, right? You what?
I love the South.
Yes, I like the South too. Dirty. Okay, look at this. The world is a stage right here. They got the lights on for us. Hello, everyone. Holy crap. Holy.
For you, Molly.
What? They were waiting for me?
They'll wait for you.
They were waiting?
I'm not waiting. Looks like a lot.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God, 335 people. Okay, yes. So we're here with the great Savannah PD. Yes, we love the Savannah PD. Working hard. Lots of Savannah PD rolling up today. Lots of, hold on. Do you want to see the proof? Lots of, right there. Chatham County. Yes, Chatham County. Okay, so here we go. This is what they do, okay?
And just for context purposes, again, this is from November 2022. This is the beginning of the live stream that Molly announced Marvon had passed away in. I'm not going to include the entire live stream, but just bits and pieces of the important parts.
Join us. We welcome you with open arms. But if your heart is not in it and you're not truly,
What channel was that on about?
it's not a channel. It was her fan thing. Yeah. Yes.
This live stream took place the night before the SNBC 13 article ever showed up.
The best
Holy
part of her
shit.
ran down her mom's leg. I'll tell you that right now.
Jesus Christ. But please call Wynette. Can you please call Wynette again?
I did. I already.
She's calling me again. She can knock me off.
No, that's
They breed crackheads and baby murderers.
No, it wasn't. It was Wynette. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have heard, but apparently Dre McCray posted in her Slay with Dre McCray group that Marvon McCray has passed away. I don't know the details of this, but she claims.
live, so she can't talk.
Yeah, please don't call my phone yet, because she'll not. Yeah, so yes, that's what according to Dre McCray and her fans, that's what she's saying, that she passed away. So if that is so, my heart goes out to Miss Letitia, her children, the family that loves him, Miss Wynette, Mr. Marvon Sr., all of his friends, and all of the men who cared about him. And I'm sure he'll be cremated immediately if this is true. I don't know if this is 100% true. All I'm saying is that I don't have a screenshot of this because I'm not a fan of hers. Please stop. Mallory's here. I can't with her. The cop. He says he's gonna take on a video. Get it on video. They're gonna take us out. You know what? Listen, this one's trying. They're only screaming because it's me. It's because it's me. This guy.
No, it's a different one.
Another cockroach. Yes.
Cockroach.
All right, let me see if I can read. Can you see any of these comments? Listen. I would love to read the comments. And she's streaming for a nobody channel.
No peace.
No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
No Quentin.
No peace.
No Quentin.
No sleep. No Quentin. No sleep. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The way that you are treating the memory of this baby, absolutely despicable. It saddens me and it seconds me.
You are not welcome by us or by them. You don't have a woman.
Hey, what else me? Don't you tell me anything, sweetheart. Do not come over to me. Don't say a word to Mace, and I'm allowing you to be here, all right? Before an asteroid comes out of the sky and lands right on top of your forehead. Yes. Go get a crab and knock on their door. You look just like them. Go ahead, weirdos. Fucking, you fit right in with them. Go spread your legs. Go see what they'll give you. Jesus, tits. All right, guys, we'll be live from the apartment later. I think, Mary, are you live? All right, go on over to House of Williams. House of Williams, guys.
Come over. Come visit.
Come to House of Williams.
We just went live over here.
House of Williams. Bye.
Again, that is just a look back at the first death hoax and how it was announced in November.
Yeah, because when I first told him, showed it to her, I took a screenshot and showed it to my son's mother, and she just lost her mind. And when I told her, when we got the information about that he passed this time, I told her not to worry because the last time was a hoax. I said, just let me dig into it some more, and I'll give you solid information on that, if it's true or not.
12 days after, they announced the second passing of Marvon and still no proof. But let's take a look at another clip from the first death hoax in November.
Hey, you guys. Listen, I put out a video. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to do about this whole Vaughn situation because I don't even know what to think.
We're trying to figure that out.
I know we're completely lost. What? I don't know what I did wrong because this link has just disappeared. Now, Mr. Marvon calls up, okay? Holy shit. This is all one big twisteroo. Did I intentionally lie? Hell no. But holy shit. This is the big one.
Well,
this is
Mr.
great.
Marvon told us that he was told that he heard that Marvon died around the 20th of last month.
Just yesterday, last night.
Today.
Oh, it was tonight?
It was this morning, yes.
That he talked to a woman today, okay.
That kind of stayed in the loop of things at his old where Vaughn was before.
So I don't know.
Because because last month he had coded twice, and they had got him back because he wasn't on any respirator or breathing things that I'm aware of. So they got him back twice, and I don't know if something happened again. It wouldn't have surprised me if something happened again.
God forbid. I don't know what to say. I don't know who put out that thing. And the thing is why would Dre McCray tell her fan club and her girls that he passed away now?
I think, in my opinion, she's not going to come out and say it until he's either buried or cremated.
So what's the truth? Holy shit. So we gave him advice, being that he's the father, to call that detective and tell him who he is, right? The detective that was working on the case in Yuma. Now, remember, yesterday she was seen, and I looked at the message again. Yesterday, she was seen in Yuma cleaning up her patio, and she was by her trail, the camper yesterday in Yuma that the neighbors told my friend, and it was someone on panel that lives in Yuma. So she was seen yesterday. What's happened through that gap, I have no idea. But that's the first time I got a message.
She won't answer anybody's
Yes. Wynette said 10 calls. Now, someone else said when we talked to that other girl, right? That she said that she has Dre's phone number. She kept calling. She said, Marissa, she won't pick up for me. She goes, what about you? Why don't you try to call her? And I was like, excuse me? I go, I have a phone number too. I'm not calling her. Are you crazy? So, no one No one can get in touch with this girl. So until she says something and makes a video, we don't know nothing. Now, that suspicious link is gone.
You know, a news outlet, like a legitimate news outlet, had posted it too, and they took down the link as well.
That's so freaking weird. So now 2 weeks ago, well, how many weeks ago was it? So wait, we also told Mr. Marvon something about the certificate, right? But you don't have to be a family member to look for a death certificate. But he said that he, and I heard him say that he kind of chummied up with a woman in the medical field that had her eye on her. All right. I'll just keep my mouth shut. And I feel terrible. If I put out some sort of misinformation, I take that back. Holy shit. I would never intentionally lie to my subs about anything, especially something so serious.
Well, they told Miss Jackson, the nurse, told her that she's really sorry about Mom.
I mean, is Dre playing games? And where are all her slay group? Are they sitting there and they laughing? Is he still in a coma? Or did he die a long time ago? Are we supposed to go back and forth? I mean, forget me. Forget the people on YouTube that care about him. At least do it for his family. My God, Andrea, what the hell is wrong with you? Reach out to one of these people. You were close. You were the closest to Wynette. Holy shit! I've never seen someone so freaking evil. Forget about the people on the fucking internet. This is the father of your child. The hell are you doing? There's people that are freaking shedding legit tears for this guy, and now we're second guessing it, wondering what kind of games you're playing. That's not right. Honestly, I believe he's gone. I really do. I believe he's gone. And honestly, I do believe. I don't know. It doesn't matter what I believe. You should do what's right. My God. But what does she care? She has a lawyer and she's already setting up a fucking defense.
I mean, Andrea, you're a mother. You would want to know. God forbid anything happens to your kids, but you would want to know.
My heart is going like this. I feel so bad for that baby. The fuck is wrong with you? My God, to every one of my subs that have been following me because of Jay, because of Marvon, for everyone whose lives have been touched by these videos. I'm sorry that this is happening, but she is a very selfish person. She is a very greedy, nasty, evil person.
This is just exactly what she's doing.
This is what she wanted. I'm not going to lie. I saw a game coming. She enjoys this kind of stuff. Playing with people. She likes it. Evil. You're evil. You're evil. You can't even call his mother? You can't even send Wynette a text message? You have the father's number.
Just put it's true or it's not
You
true.
know what? An emoji. Is that too much to ask? You can't tell one of your mods? No, right? Holy damn, I wish I had people that were that devoted to me. Holy shit. Are people sitting back and laughing? Because I don't find it funny.
You have people that's the good.
I don't, not like that. But then again, I would never do that to my sisters. I would never do that to them. I would never do that to the people that
I wouldn't do it to my worst enemy.
Your freaking brain on yours and thinking about this shit. You need to end this. This is it makes me oh my god, I think I'm gonna throw up thinking about this. I'm sorry, but we're just gonna have to sit and wait. There's a reason. I'm telling you, there's a reason. This is shit. Watch and see. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. But I'm not the one playing games here. It's her. Because if you got a legitimate news source, people, you're playing games with everybody. You can't even come out and say something. And these medical people can't even, go around because of the HIPAA. They can't do anything. Unbelievable.
Notice how similar the stories are. There's only a few details that have changed. But let's go back to current day, June 16th, 2023.
So I found out, I talked to two coroners and I talked to a doctor exam.
Medical examiner? Is that?
Yeah, that's a medical examiner, but she was from Yuma. But she gave me the number because I called the wrong number. So she gave me the number to call another coroner in Tucson.
Originally, it was the medical department and a medical doctor in Yuma.
So when I called that coroner, it was the correct one because the first one that I got from the police station in Tucson, it wasn't the correct coroner. He told me that my son's body never came to it, but he confirmed that he was dead. He said, Marvon McCray, Therese McCray. I said, yes, sir, that's his name. And I gave the other coroner where he's at, I gave him the lady told me to call. I need to get the birthday and everything. And I talked to a lady at the police station. Her name, Miss Swillia.
The story just continues to change.
And she told me if I needed help trying to find out where he at, to call her.
Take it. Call her.
But if they had confirmation, why are they still needing confirmation?
And I talked to her all morning.
Oh.
She said that it wasn't too much she could help me with because she don't, because I try to get the detective. So she was the sergeant at the police station, I think. But she said that she couldn't really do nothing because they ain't got no record of it. So I said, well, can I get y'all to get the police officer, I need the detective at Yuma and send y'all his paperwork? She said, well, I know that won't really do no good because it's not an investigation case because she is not doing nothing to him.
The investigation was closed.
So that was the dead end. So that's another medical lady. She had give me the number down to another corner, and he told me he got to go through Andrea, my son's wife, to see if she to let me know, to tell him if I can have the information whether he's been cremated or going to get cremated or buried. Because all the way from May the 7th up until now, I don't know if he's not been cremated or buried. I don't know, or not. I know they ain't gonna just hold the body that long, so I don't know.
Oh, they do.
Typically, a body is not held for 6 weeks.
Oh, they do. I think they do. Justin would know the answer to that. Because
he did tell me today. He did tell me he waiting on her to give him the information because he got all the paperwork, but he waiting on her to get a confirmation. That's what he did tell me today. So that's my fault. That's what he did tell me today.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that part of Justin's resume is he did work with a funeral home and cremations and burials. He's very knowledgeable about all of these things.
For someone so knowledgeable, he made this awfully complicated.
And he's helped many cases because of his background in that. A little morbid, but hey, what's more morbid than what I do every day? Talk about my own dad.
And once again, it turns it into the Molly show.
Did Dre not claim his body? We have no idea.
I got the phone number to his office. If anybody want to try to confirm it, because I got the phone number, and they can ask if Marvon McCray had passed away, because I got the phone number. So
if they had confirmed it, why are you needing others to call?
There's no lie. I got the phone and I talked to him. He told me he'll call me back. I got the phone number to the corner. Yeah, to the corner. I got the phone number to him.
Originally, they stated the coroner was who confirmed it.
So Rochelle is in the chat. Rochelle, you're shaking your head. Is there something that you want to say, dear? Would you like to come up and say it? Since you're shaking your head, I don't want you to shake it so hard that it comes off. Would you like to come up and say something?
I believe that's his sister.
Do you want to drop her a link?
Yeah. Russia.
The upcoming clip is from July 2022.
Look at this comment. Look at this. That's convenient considering the attorney has been obtained and most likely they don't need additional help other than financially. Yeah. We helped raise. And you want to know something? How do you like this? I actually sent her a message that she had not opened on her cell phone last night. I said, listen, if you need help with airline tickets to go out there, let me get my phones upstairs. Let us know.
We know how much has been sent to her. And I can guarantee you it's been a lot more than you and I've made. But that's fine.
I'm glad that they're making. They need to pay for that attorney.
Absolutely. And it's not about comparing apples to apples. They deserve it. They're in a hard time, and that's what we are there for. But
no, I think no. She's saying to everyone who is. And then the mother saying, "Oh, the sister was also saying we don't know who to trust now." You're damn right. Of course, you don't know who to trust. There's some girl named Brittany that's trying to act. I was just told. That's all I'm saying is I was told that there's a girl named Brittany that was interviewed by Without a Crystal Ball, saying that she was the assistant and now she's the spokesperson for Letitia, and that she's going to be bringing out the information through Letitia of what's happening legally. No, lady, don't do that. Stay the fuck out of the legal stuff. Also, and there's something else I want to bring up. Without a Crystal Ball, I had to walk away from her. And you want to know something? The information about 6,700 people calling CPS, that came from Crystal Ball's mouth. Does that sound a normal number to you?
I mean, it didn't to
Can
me.
I speak to Letitia? I'm yes, I can, but you want to know something? I'm not going to bother her. I'm not a press. The only thing that I've done is just show her support and let her know. But I have to say, the ultimate goal is to get her to see her son. These women in this group came to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want all the credit. I've been giving credit to these girls in these groups. I'm giving credit to all the people that ripped all of our videos. And you're never going to believe what I stumbled upon. Guess what? I'll tell you afterward. You'll see it afterward. You guys are going to be shocked. I'm going to keep going. And yes, I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. You thought she said 600? Who kept count of all the calls? I have no idea. Now, everything that comes out of that girl's mouth, I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She said on her panel with me and Justin, she called Andrea a murderer. With us there. Dude, you cannot be saying that. We don't know if he was really hung. We don't know if she intentionally put him in a coma. There could have been some sort of accident. We have no idea.
There could have been not an accident at all. You know.
We don't know. That's why we're waiting. She is doing a little damage because what she's putting out there are not the facts. No. If the sister wants to say people making money off my brother's name, okay, well, guess what? When the shit hits the fucking fan and the press get a hold of this, you're going to be really pissed because I remember Shanann Watts' mother when she went on 2020 and they gave her nothing. They gave her nothing. She said, I couldn't believe that they wouldn't even make a donation to one of Shanann's favorite charities. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. And the thing is Letitia doesn't know. She was crying. She's like, I can't believe these people are saying things. Let's get something straight. People, I was talking to our friend, the one in Washington, and she said to me, blah, blah, blah. I think that it's so awful that they're bringing up Letitia's past. And I said, I don't know anything about her past. She goes, yeah, they're just saying this is, I said, I never look and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't care what is in her past. What I do know is that her son is laying in a hospital and the woman who I suspect put him in that position and is exploiting him and his name and makes money off of his name, right?
Well,
She's selling bracelets, right? Sold out, right? She's putting his body on display.
While he's having, I mean, she's literally making money allegedly.
Oh, hand over fist right now. Oh, hand over fist. Well, you want to know something, Firewife? I do believe that the time is worth the compensation. And you want to know something? The gifts that we get, you know what? If this is like gonna be a thing, and listen, there's this one person that's like totally like going crazy. He wants my attention. It's like, instead of talking to me, we're going to take her channel down. You really can't take my channel down because I haven't gone against the rules. So that's not going to happen. And the thing is all I have to do is get it reinstated if it does happen. Why is that such a touchy feeling? Is it because you just don't like me? Well, guess what? When you see the little vultures that are going to come crawling out of the woodwork, you're going to be wishing, oh shit, man. Molly Golightly was probably the friggin'
Marissa, you wanted to fly there and just let her see your son.
Yeah, that's what I thought the first goal was, and getting justice. But no, apparently they think that it's raining all over us. No, we can't make money off of these videos. It's coming up limited ads. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. It's because of that K word.
But YouTube doesn't like true crime anyways. They do not like
It
I
does.
mean, if we were selling lip gloss or something,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and making 10
absolutely.
minutes.
Yeah, if we were talking about, oh, look at these earrings, this is blah, blah, blah. Oh, we're making tons. That's all right. It's all right. That's all right. Yeah, it's the Facebook groups. Yeah. Have a certain person, that's the one giving them grief because they're allowing the YouTube to be involved. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And this is the thing. I've not done anything to these people. And I had this one lady tell the sister or the mom or something, oh, Marissa's got such a lengthy crime and fraud record. Listen, I do not. Look at this right here. Look at this guy right here. His name is Brian St. John. This guy was my bigger traitor hole of my life. He was the worst troll. He hated me. He wanted to take down my channel. And then what happened? Then you know what happens? He comes out and says, you know what? I give up. I did everything I could to try and expose this bitch as a fraud. And I couldn't find anything. All of it was fucking rumors. That was it. It was all rumors. So you can't just go around saying, oh, yeah, that I got a record a mile long. And this is the other thing. His mother. Why are you guys looking into the mother's past? For what? It does not matter.
What matters is she needs to see her son, and that's it.
That's the point. You wanted me to help her. You wanted us to help. And you want to know something? I went to other YouTubers and I'm like, dude, please, can you? No, they said it's way too much work. Just do her Cash App and keep your money.
This was a week after Molly had gotten involved in the story.
Yeah, the link is pinned to the chat, and I'll drop it again for you in case you want to come up.
This was Marvon's father who contacted me and then reached out again. Really, Molly? Yes. This is him reaching out to me. This is him asking me. I'm not going to get disrespectful, but why are you coming in saying, shaking my head? I think you started that. I've done a lot for your family, Rochelle, and you've not once ever acknowledged me.
She acknowledged you before, as we just saw.
And then the first time you do is you're shaking your head? Don't tell me I'm the disrespectful one.
Meanwhile, Rochelle is hearing that her brother passed away through social media again.
I went through a pit of snakes. I was called a scam artist, helping your family out.
This display, while they're announcing to the internet that Marvon allegedly passed away.
You can't just rub that off. The same shit they did to your mother, they did it to me too. But
And now Molly is the victim.
Just supposed to get used to it, right? I'm a snake and a scam. You know what? I'm actually wondering if that's actually really her, because she would never say I was a snake or a scam. That's probably not even Rochelle. Can you text Rochelle and ask her if she's on YouTube? Why not? Rochelle, his sister. Fuck all y'all. Dad, you wrong. Dad, you wrong. How are you going to call me? Oh, it's a fake account. All right, it's a fake account. Because I know for a fucking fact, I never did anything fake, slimy, sleazy, scam artist. I helped your mother.
So she acknowledges that it's potentially a cloned account, but she continues to berate the sister of Marvon McCray, who they are announcing to the internet just passed away. But Molly doesn't care in the slightest about how Rochelle is feeling hearing this news for the second time from the internet. She is berating her because Molly somehow is the victim in this situation. Even if you don't care for the family, this was vile and disgusting.
That's not her. I just traced it back.
I freaking helped this family to no end.
The account they claim wasn't her was made in 2011. The mods in the chat even confirmed that. Let's take a look at another clip from early 2022.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Letitia. I'm sorry we didn't see you in chat.
Oh, it's okay.
How are you doing tonight? I know that tonight's been rough.
Yeah, real rough.
Letitia, don't give any refunds back. Don't. That's a donation. What this woman's doing to you is actually a crime.
Yeah, her, Judy Bill. I mean, they're all just, it's like one after the other, and then they saying all kind of hateful stuff behind it. And I'm like, I'm giving so many refunds back, and now I'm in my own money. I can't even go back and see my son if I wanted to.
No refunds have been issued still to this date.
Because the money I'm working and trying to save up because I have to pay my lawyers. I just got an invoice from my lawyer, the lawyer in Tucson today, $2,800 just for phone call. See, people ain't realizing that it's expensive.
They've never shown the $2,800 invoice for phone calls either.
So it's going to take me a little while longer, but I'm going back.
Everyone is in the chat saying, please don't give back the refunds. This is just one person trying to make everyone out to make you look like some sort of villain and a liar and like a lowlife. It's not right. It's not right because we know. We know.
This is crazy. But I just keep working and just keep doing what I can do, you know. But I'm trying to. I don't know what to say anymore. And then I flip. I don't understand how we go from Marvon to now them making it seem like he's the worst person in the world and my children, and now every post is about me. How did we get off the main subject?
I don't know.
I'm not a scam artist, Melissa.
I know you're not. I know you're not. I know you're not.
And just for clarification purposes, no, after her visit in July, even though they stated there was a legal binding agreement that Letitia was able to see Marvon, she never returned to Arizona for a second trip. It doesn't seem like visiting Marvon was actually the priority for anyone.
And boy, did I get a whipping for doing so. And I took it every day. I took it and took it and took it.
Let's take another look at an example of the behaviors that possibly drove a wedge between the family and Dre. This clip, again, is from July 2022.
Okay, so Molly Golightly here. This is kind of an open letter to Dre, Slay, okay, yeah. So this is where we're at right now. I was just doing a live with Justin over on Justice for All, and we know that you're watching. Dre, you can say, Molly Golightly don't affect me. I'm living my best life. Sure you are. Okay, so this is how it goes. Last night we said, if you want this all to go away, you need to do the human thing and allow his family, his parents, whether they're biological or step, let his parents see him and say goodbye. Well, since that's happened, multiple people, a lot, have been calling the Yuma Police Department, CPS, news stations, reporters, but kind of stuff you don't really want on your back. It wasn't all me. All I've done is make the videos. So how about this? After all of these weeks of treating this family like crap, you're not going to believe what Dre, this chick, had to say about all of this. I personally could not believe it. I was like, what? Let's see if I can get it again. Let me see who sent them to me. All right, here it is. This is how it goes. Okay. So this is Dre. She's definitely changed her mind. So at 5:13 p.m., she says, in an effort to reduce the danger, this email, this text message is from Dre to Von's mother. Are you ready? She's got some nerve. She's got cojones. In an effort to reduce the danger that you've put me and my family in. She did. She didn't do nothing. I'm reaching out to offer you the opportunity to see Marvon. Oh, all of a sudden, you don't say. I've always offered to communicate with you should you reach out and inquire about my husband. And that offer still stands. As of like today. So the mom replies, hi, Dre, thanks for reaching out to me. Your family's safety is very important to me. I would never do anything to jeopardize that. I would love to see my son. I would love to put any differences aside and move forward and put what's more important at the forefront. Marvon, please, I pray this message is real and will make arrangements as soon as I can confirm I will be allowed to see him. As I have attempted to see him once and would have made arrangements for travel and stay, please let me know what I can do to take the next step in seeing him. Thank you. So Dre, Slay, BK, Gray, she responds with, you're welcome. I've always encouraged communication between us. Marvon is no longer in such a critical state as he was in the last time that we spoke. He has been improving every single day and is less at risk receiving visitors. 7 doctors said that he's 100% brain dead. Okay. Although I appreciate you saying you wish no harm on my family, your deliberate actions have shown otherwise. I do not agree with the extent you've exposed such personal and private information about my husband, meaning the police report that was given to her by the police. This woman is not being able to see her son. The parents live in Georgia. She's in Tucson, Arizona. We have video of her saying, no, call security. This woman needs a lawyer. Stat. I do not agree with the extent you've exposed such personal and private information about my husband. You can only imagine the horrific demeanor in which I saw him being blamed for his doing. I never blamed you. I don't think anyone's really blamed you. You gotta guilty conscience. Being blamed for his doing has only increased what a nightmare it was to see him in that state, which is why I shielded it from the public. Wait. Shielded it from the public. Wait. You've put out a video of him having a seizure in a car. It was heartbreaking. You do these little videos where you claim that he's moving. You don't show it. And then you're saying to your viewers, I'm gonna stand in front of his body, take a picture of me in this lit dress. With him in the bed behind you. It's a little demonic to me. I don't know much about Jehovah, But if Jehovah is people like you, I don't want them knocking on my door. Evil. 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 So let's see, this is more. I welcome you with open arms if you can agree to make a public statement outlining that we are in communication to arrange visitation and that all the threats and harassment towards me, my children, my family, my friends, and my close associates need to cease. With that being done, again, we can move forward into working together. Also, I've never obtained any sort of restraining orders against you, Letitia. I look forward to your reply. Okay. All right, sister. Nobody's threatened you. I don't know where you got the idea that anyone was threatening you. And why are you blaming his mother for it? Anything that me, Justin, or anyone's been talking about, we have Aunt Karen, right? Talking about it. People are starting to pick it up. His fellow Marines are starting to find out about what's going on. Well, nobody's threatened you. A lot of us have had discussions with people in the medical field. That's about it. And you want to know something? All these new people coming around were your supporters. And all those people that are paying to look at your private videos, those people are recording everything that you say and do. So the fact that you would blackmail her into controlling me and thinking you're gonna make a deal, I don't like it when people try and make deals with me. So I'm gonna double down and tell you that Letitia absolutely will not be apologizing for Justin or without a crystal ball or without Aunt Karen or the thousands that care for him. So what I believe should happen is I think that you should Cash App Letitia $1,000. I think you should Cash App her that because I think that you should be paying for her flight and her accommodations in Tucson. That's the deal. Do not think that I am some sort of pushover or that people are going to just take this, watching you abuse his family and weaponize this guy. This is your husband. Everything that you've ever done is all evidence. This is all evidence. I didn't even know who you were 48 hours ago. So yeah, if you think that you're going to sit here and make deals, well, that's the counter. You're going to pay for her. Because you want to know something? All the money that's been donated to her, she needs for an attorney. Okay? I know you want people to stop. Nobody's harassing you. I told you I want to help you. We want to help you. Things are not making sense, and you're making it worse. Vaughn needs a voice. You're not his voice. You're part of the problem. You have a sickness. You're very stubborn. You need to realize that this is not about you and your video about like, I always win because I'm a crazy bitch. Okay, I'm predicting single and staying that way. Do you think anyone's going to want to settle down with you after this? No. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're going to pay for her trip. Just send her $1,000. You were just saying, hey, money's not an object to me. I made $600,000 last year. All right, so give her $1,000 for her to get out to Tucson. Okay, and I think the right thing to do is for me to fly out on the same day, and I would like to accompany Letitia. Stay in the same hotel. I'll drive her around. I'll take her to eat, and then when it's time to see her son, we will go to the hospital, and I will wait for her. There's no threats. And this doesn't have to be like this long drawn out drama thing. Let's be human about this. This is her son, whether you like her or not. Because it seems like you don't like anybody that is connected to him. And I feel really bad for him. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his brother. I feel bad for your son. I feel bad for your daughters, dude. You better tone it down, girl. You need to tone it down. First things first, I think you need to get his mother the funds to get her out there.
She helped that family so much.
Yeah, it's probably Katie. Katie doesn't like that she's being talked about. So she's going to pretend that she's somebody else. Yeah, fuck you, Katie. Go join the rest of the snakes in friggin' the pit of hell.
This was supposed to be about Marvon allegedly passing away.
All these people, I don't know what's wrong, man.
You know what? I'm glad I'm away from it. I don't want to come back to YouTube. They're disgusting. They're absolutely disgusting.
With a fake account like that.
Yeah.
Stir up trouble.
Yeah. Claiming to be your daughter. Claiming to be your daughter. People are like every day, get your channel back. No. No.
And not once does Molly apologize to Rochelle.
John Tony Riches.
Molly mentions JLR, so I thought I would remind people that JLR was actually the author behind one of these articles that came out allegedly announcing that Marvon had passed away, and using Molly as his source, which she refers to JLR as her boss.
That's my boss.
I'm so sorry for all y'all been through. I know it has to be hard.
Of course, I'm sorry for what these people have been through. And you want to
seem so remorseful, signed up to do it a second time around.
You know something? What they did to Letitia was beyond disgusting.
Absolutely. I still fight for her till this day.
You know what? I mean, I don't really want to say this with him and this going out on the phone, but YouTube took a huge turn in direction of going downhill when we started talking about this story. I mean, we never dealt with, I guess, the Facebook people. Once Katie and this story came around, everything just went from bad to as worse as it was ever going to get.
Miss Molly, I really don't care what nobody else thinks, because at the end of the day, that's my son and that's Keisha's son.
Yeah.
Again, this video was from June 16th, 2023.
Stay in your lane. If you're not going to be helpful, then don't be hurtful.
I wish somebody would have taught you that theory long ago.
Exactly. And we know the truth. As long as we know the truth, that's all that matters.
And if it wasn't for Veda snipping everything and saving everything, Veda ended up being a lifesaver. She found out everything that they were doing. And it was disgusting. You know, that's what goes around comes around.
That is true. What goes around does absolutely come back around.
Then she tried to get up dirt on me.
I know.
I'm not ashamed.
I know.
I've been in prison. I'm not ashamed of that.
Yeah.
But they claimed he wasn't incarcerated.
Mark my words.
Miss Molly, Keisha just texted me. She said, I'm on the phone with Sheikah. That's not her.
So, all right, okay. It was not. Miss Letitia said that was not her daughter.
Okay. It led to an account that was just created. So
Okay.
it literally created during this live, so I didn't think so.
But the mod said the account was created in 2011.
I'm on the phone with my daughter now.
Okay.
Nothing, man. I'm talking to these news people, man, trying to get help, man, trying to find out what's going on. And they trying to help me. And somebody tried to impersonate you. Talking about you ain't getting nothing from my mother, talking trash. But that was a hoax. Somebody else on the phone.
Yeah, they caught him. Justin and them caught it. They caught it.
Marvon Sr. mentioned news media. Marvon Sr. had done an interview with news media back in July, but the interview couldn't air because it was filled with nothing but fabricated stories and not factual information. The reporter that did the interview is named Samantha Bird out of Yuma, Arizona, and it still has not aired to this date. No legit, credible media has touched this story whatsoever.
They caught it.
Yeah, I'm just talking to you on the telephone. I'm not on the video, but
I know.
But I'm just talking to you on the telephone and talking to them on the telephone. And I'm just trying to find out, man. I think up all morning trying to find out about your brother, man. And this guy is crazy. The corner supposed to call me back and give me the information.
It's quickly became the Molly show.
I rebuke you, Katie. I rebuke you.
And then on the phone talking to the detectives and trying to find out information from everybody, man. I ain't been asleep yet till like 7 o'clock this morning. I just been on the telephone. I talked to Molly, your brother, man. So, man, don't cry, man. I know it's hard, man.
She's crying. She's crying.
I can't do a dog. I can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. I don't know what I don't. I know you're going to take it hard. Molly took it hard, too.
You guys are in my prayers. You always have been.
I don't know why she had to do that, man. They said he would be passed away since May the 7th, man.
June 28th, and there's still no proof of what they're alleging.
I gotta find her. I wish I knew where she was at. There was investigation on her, man.
Molly made a Patreon post stating that Dre had moved, which is not factual either.
Oh, you mean like a private eye?
Yes.
I think it would be very easy to get a private eye on her. Very easy.
Why would they need a private eye on Dre if Marvon had passed away like they confirmed?
I think there's a lot of people that would chip in for that.
This isn't the first time that a private investigator had been mentioned by this crew. In fact, let's take a look back at a clip from November 2022 after the first death hoax.
Okay, I just dropped a video just now, and it was the video where I'm standing next to Marvon's father, Mr. Marvon Jackson, and I just watched it. It took forever for them to load, and I don't know why. It took all day, and I actually watched it, and I normally don't watch any of my videos, but I actually have to make a public apology. Number one, I interrupted him, and I'm so sorry for that. It was a very emotional day today. I apologize for interrupting him, and I really apologize for that. Do I do that often? Absolutely, and I should shut up. But listen, my brain's out of control, and I can't help it. And listen, I never claimed to be a reporter, and I don't like acting like a reporter either. Listen, also, number two, I'm sorry for the cars that were going by. All I had was a cell phone and an opportunity to get him to talk. You know, there was no professional lighting. There was no equipment. You know, this was on the fly. Also, I apologize, and I apologize that I completely forgot that they had the plan, that Marvon and Andrea had that plan to go out to Savannah right before he went out to the coma. When I got into the car with the woman who helped drive me around and held the camera, she said, Marissa, how could you forget that? She was like, I wanted to say something. I just didn't want to interrupt you. And I said, oh my God, no, you should have really just been like, no, Marissa, you knew it. How could you forget? I do forget a lot of things. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I apologize. Now, this is a horrible thing. You guys are going to go absolutely nuts over this. About 10 minutes ago, a woman, a young lady, very beautiful young lady, emailed me, and I just got the message. She said, I'm watching your live. She goes, I have been following Dre for years, and I'm still in that private group. She said, I never left. She goes, Dre hasn't posted anything since, like, I think she said November 5th. And then she showed, so nothing was ever posted to the Dre McCray / fan club. It was a rumor. Now, another rumor is saying that she's still in Tucson. Yesterday, a neighbor said they saw her cleaning patio in her little camper. I didn't see either. I'm not in Arizona. I'm in Georgia. So guess what? It's a big mystery. So guess what? I got a screenshot of one woman that proves to me that Dre McCray, has not updated. They did the right thing and debunked one rumor, and I thank you for that. Holy, you know what? Now, is the camper outside Dre's house in Yuma? I don't know. I'm not there. Or is it somewhere in Tucson? Don't know. The only way I'm going to know is if I go there myself and prove she's there. She's there. Or I could hire a private detective to do it. I don't know. Or I can get my ass home, chill out, I have an idea. I will tell you something. I like the fact that one of her followers came clean. I have an idea. So anyway, I want to apologize for that. I'm sorry. Again, I am sorry for the washing machine going chugga, 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 chugga. I want to apologize for staying in this place on top of a nightclub that's playing this blessing music. I want to apologize for all these crazy rumors. And you want to know something? This is by far the craziest thing and the most heartless, cruel story that I've ever talked about on YouTube. I didn't even know what to say. I know that this is heartbreaking and devastating for his family, Marvon's family, and you saw it on the faces of Marvon's father and his wife. And I just hope that Marvon's children are safe with this woman, this very heartless woman, and this catastrophe, this game of Clue or whatever game this is. And I hope that if Andrea is watching this or somebody has her email or text her this video or something, I'm not going to do it, but for her to get in touch with someone, it's probably the right thing to do. It's for her to reach out to the family and let them know where their son is. It would probably be a very nice thing for her to do, the humane thing to do. Other than that, I apologize for my part in this. I mean, I've exhausted myself with this, trying to figure out this girl. What is going on? So anyway, if you have any ideas, I welcome them, but please stop with the rumors, because I mean, it's not that it's making me look bad. I can take looking bad. Hey, Mercer didn't do her homework. Well, you want to know something? I don't know. I mean, I can come back from this faux pas, but I mean, if you wanted, whoever's doing this, if you wanted to hurt this family, I mean, I know that these people are out to hurt Leticia for God knows why. Whoever's got this axe to grind with this family on social media, you keep taunting this woman. Yeah, I see how you set her up with the money. Wow, this was the ultimate jab at her. You guys are doing a number on a lot of people and putting me right in the middle. I mean, you're smart. You're really, really smart. That was a good one. But don't put the people. Listen, if you're trying to get to me, make me look bad. Hey, I don't have a problem with you making me look bad, but don't use these poor people to make me look bad. Please, 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 just do what you got to do, but don't let these people suffer just because you can't stand me. Please. I have no problem being your punching bag, but don't use these poor people. I think that this should end. And the only person that's going to make this end is going to be Andrea.
Again, that clip is from November 2022 when Molly was still in Savannah after the first death hoax had been announced. If he had passed away, the need for a PI stumps me.
I really wish she would have made it.
All right. My daughter, that was my daughter, this mother I just got to talking to.
And family, once again, is learning through social media.
Man, I should have church more than that. I mean, boy, this don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. All right. Make no sense, man.
It makes no sense that there's no proof of these claims yet.
She's not well. She's not well. She's not a good person. She got lost somewhere along the way. I think at one time she did love your son, but something really sinister came over her, and that person that she was is gone.
And this is helping the family get answers that they need.
Oh, he's very polite. I met him in person. I gave him a huge hug.
I just don't know what to do.
Something's gonna come out.
Yeah. Oh, eventually, I've always felt it. I don't think she's going to completely get away with this.
The investigation was closed in November 2020.
Because she's not a smart person. Remember that. Hey, even the ones that thought he was Brian Kohlberger, thought he was the bee's knees, and he got caught. I mean, what he did was a million times worse. But I'm just saying, but she's not a smart person, and that's one thing that I always keep in my back pocket is that she's not a smart person and she's going to fuck up. And I do believe it's going to be the children that.
Let's take another look at a clip from November when Molly returned from Savannah and some of the other accusations that she made while helping this family. Again, heavy trigger warning on the upcoming clip.
Do you know why Dre McCray hates Miss Letitia so much? I'll tell you. Dre hates Miss Letitia because Miss Letitia always hated Dre. That is the fact.
Meanwhile, Letitia claims she's never done anything to Dre.
It doesn't matter what I think. I don't think that he should be brought back alive if he flatlines. I think he should be let go. If he's brain dead, then he's being used for his military benefits.
Dre never stated that Marvon was brain dead.
Don't you guys agree with me? I think it's beyond cruel if he's being kept alive, right? And for someone
refused to let Wilson inside.
For someone to just come out and say, "Oh, Dre came out and said that."
And the Delaware State Police did respond, but didn't see anything.
He said something that she said something in her fan club.
Any further investigation?
I was wondering why none of her fans came out and front. One of them did. A young, beautiful girl showed me herself
She was awakened again by a noise
next to Dre's picture that she was an active member. She said she hasn't updated anything since like months and months ago. And I felt it. I felt responsible to tell everybody that I'm sorry that I reported that.
Referencing the first death hoax.
But these little trolls that want to hurt Letitia so bad, they wanted me to tell you all that. And I take responsibility for giving you guys misinformation.
Nobody wants you to screw up on getting life and death situations wrong.
But that's the thing. Dre's ultimate goal is to hurt Letitia. So now she's putting on this spinning merry-go-round, right? 95 miles an hour. And now the cops are involved.
When the man left the house, Kay's son rushed.
Not even a week after this video, the investigation was officially closed.
Dre's not picking up the phone for no one. And this is all her fault.
Blaming Dre for the death hoax because she wouldn't answer the phone.
This is what she chose to do. What she's doing is horrible. She's going to wind up paying. And I'm telling you, I'm putting these videos out for a fucking reason. She is so fucking guilty. And she's doing it all to herself.
Guilty of what exactly is unknown.
Not me. Not Justin. No one else. You can't blame anyone else. She did it to herself. And I hope she's watching. She's got no one to blame but her fucking self.
Somehow the first death hoax was her fault too.
She's putting out videos about how much they went in love. Look at the videos that I put out. Look at the recent video that I just put out. Why does she feel that she needs to double down on how much he loves her? When I'm saying, bitch, how do you think that you need to? How do you think that you need to convince us that he loved you so much?
Trigger warning for the upcoming clip.
Because you're trying way too hard. That he loved you so much. He loved you so much that he went outside and hung himself. Sorry. You lose.
Suicide is not a game whatsoever.
You lose. She's not guilty of anything. Sorry.
How disgusting can one person be?
She doesn't care about Raza. You think she cares about that boy? All she cares about is what she's going to get.
Meanwhile, it's Marvon Sr. who always brings up money and assets.
He loves you so much that he woke up. He's got into another misunderstanding. The girl is down here laying right there. Right? What did she say? Oh my God.
If you need to exit the video, please do so.
I feel terrible for those children. That melts my heart. She walks by and they jump. That's scary. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we found out that she stabbed all of those children. God forgive me for putting that out, but I wouldn't be surprised.
And this is the voice of the family who cares about Marvon so much.
There's something fucking really wrong with that bitch. And nobody's doing anything about it. I don't see anybody doing anything about it.
Again, the investigation was fully closed 4 days after this video.
What man is ever going to want to be with her? Knowing everything that's going on. No one. Think about that.
Exactly. Exactly, Mary. That's so horrible, but I forgot about that too. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. A lot of people have thought it, I'm sure. But you never want your mind to go there. You never want your mind to go there. And nobody's listening.
Another example of how much she's helped this family over the last year. Let's go back to June 16th, 2023.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, yeah. He's a smart little boy.
They'll come looking for you all.
That ex-husband of hers in California told me that those girls are really afraid of her. And that they'll say anything. They'll say anything to CPS or the police because they're so afraid of her. That's what he told me. May 7th is when he passed. That was what was told to Mr. Marvon this morning. Miss Jackson is speaking right now. I don't believe he's. I personally don't think that she would bury him
at all.
She would completely and totally do the opposite. Just remember, she was hiding a lot of things. She was hiding a lot. He suffered. He really did. He suffered. In the end, he suffered, and I'm glad that he's free of this pain. Well, just remember, he got a first-class ticket straight up. He went straight up. I just wish that he did.
Famous line from the first death hoax.
He didn't have to suffer for so long. We don't know if she got him from the corner. We don't know what she did. She's over there. The screenshots that I got, she's talking about mango time with Raza, and I think it's all a play. I think it's all a play. I think she's playing it up for the camera. I'm this great mom. And
she was not only cleared by law enforcement, but CPS also.
Yeah, I think she claimed him as well, Justin. I don't think that she just left him. Yeah, there's no way that she definitely left him unclaimed. There's no way.
The stories continue to change.
I think she's probably one of the things that she'll gain more. She's looking out for herself. She's very cold, and now she's got 3 kids on her back that she's got to lug around with her. And the other families would be happy to take care of these children.
Surely give them to people they don't even know. That makes sense.
What is that? So that's the thing. Even if you work at the VA or if you do this, if you do that, I don't recommend anybody, put their job at stake and look into records that they shouldn't be.
But your buddies called around demanding answers from everybody.
I would never do something low class as to call a morgue. I would never do something like that, ever. I would never. In my life. I would never.
I guess the advocates come in handy for something.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, Miss Warner, I'll let you go. Give him a big hug for me, okay?
Okay, I'll get the number so I can see about that deficit.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna send it over to Miss Warner.
Okay, thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Again, this is from June 16th, 2022.
I just had one of Dre's friends message me and say that he's still alive, but they can't send me any proof, so I don't know.
All right, so just send them some proof. Go ahead. Well, why are they telling him this other shit? Tell him to go live.
It's right.
Oh, he's alive right here. Stupid people. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Oh man, it's so sad.
What's sad is this is the second time it's been announced with no confirmation.
I mean, I don't see what kind of, any sort of government office or any sort of would tell him that and confirm that name as deceased and have him wrapped up. I mean, that would take, and give him a date.
I doubt anybody would do that unless it was true. I'm going to get that vital number. I can get that vital number. We can find out by tomorrow.
It's been 12 days and there's still no proof.
Okay.
So I'm going to get it out of my messages with her.
Oh, I don't like thinking of her. I don't like listening to her voice. I don't like looking at her. I don't want anything to do with her. I think she's disgusting. And tell her to go live. Tell her to go live or get a picture with today's newspaper. Do something.
That's another thing. There would be a newspaper or something running, right? I don't know, but it's been a month now. It's too late to get it.
Well,
newspaper articles are archived.
Most newspapers are connected to the internet. Kind of hard to find one that isn't, right?
Yep. And I got Dre's phone number. Let me see if she'll answer me. She probably won't, but let me see if she'll answer me. I doubt it, but.
She won't answer the phone for the family, but maybe a random
Wow.
stranger.
And how did you obtain her? You just got her death certificate from the coroner, or I don't know how it works.
My mother? Oh, I had nothing to do with that. No, we got the death certificates from the funeral home.
But just a minute ago, you said you could easily get a certificate from Vital Records and you had that information. And again, nobody has ordered a death certificate in regards to Marvon as of today's date. That is public record that they track.
Yeah.
Well, God, it's so sad. I hope they're able to find out something.
I don't think she's coming to a funeral home.
Listen to her own statements.
The death records aren't public. Now, Autistic Shield says Arizona is a closed records state.
Yep.
Okay, so you always knew this, right, Beta?
Yeah, we tried to get it before, and it took a while. They have to be a parent, a legal parent, in order to get anything, and they have to prove it. You can't just request it from there.
His adult siblings could request it and get it easily.
I'm going to find out for him.
I mean, she lies about everything. I see. That's one thing I'll never understand is why people on YouTube will watch YouTube hosts that host these lives that just tell lies. That I'll never understand. That's a huge thing that turns me off about this fucking place.
You're the one that needs to be hosted, Molly.
Yeah, Justin said that they need to call the VA, like immediately.
That should have been done before you ever went live and announced it.
You have to prove that you're family. Yeah, if he's not dead, can someone just have the decency to give 100% confirmation that to his family? I think that it would be wonderful if Dre would say, "Oh no, he's still alive. They're all a bunch of crazy people."
Exactly. Where did they get this from? I mean, they were told it, right?
Why can't
Poking Dre for a reaction once again.
you be this is my question. It's what it really comes down to is no one wants to look at the big picture. What the big picture is she has not been cooperative, honest, transparent with his family. And there is a reason for that. Did you guys get it? Why do people stand up for her? Why do people side with her? Can't you see that that is wrong?
Both biological parents were allowed to see Marvon in June and July of 2022. Once again, all of this is completely unnecessary. But let's switch gears. Let's head on over to KathyP's for a moment because she had a phone call I want to remind you guys of before we hop into the next set of clips.
So I turn my speaker on. Sorry you got to go through all this, but I didn't even have time to edit this, and I really didn't want to because I wanted it to be as real, you know. That's the rain you hear.
Thank you for calling the Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner. Please listen closely as our menu options have recently changed. For law enforcement or hospital personnel reporting a new death, please press 1. To speak with an investigator about an existing case, please press For autopsy reports or records requests, please press 3. All of the calls, please press 0, and an operator will be right with you.
Yes, ma'am. I have a couple questions I was wondering if you could help me with. Is there a Frank available I can speak with? Pardon me? Oh, hold on a minute. I can barely hear you. Let me turn my volume on. I'm sorry. What did you say, ma'am?
I said we don't have a Frank.
You don't have a Frank at the medical examiner's office. Okay. I have another question for you. Could someone just call you on the phone and get confirmation of someone passing away?
Yes, they can.
They can get confirmation over the phone even if they're just some random stranger.
Yes, our office, everything in our office is a matter of public record.
Okay. But there is no Frank that is the manager of the medical examiner's office, or Michael,
no Frank.
Michael or Travis.
We have a Travis, not a Travis.
Okay. All right. And I have another question for you. If someone was in the hospital with a brain injury from attempted to unalive himself, and he passed away, would the medical examiner's office hold on to the remains for 6 weeks?
We don't hold on to the remains. What would happen is we would conduct our autopsy. Once the autopsy is completed, the body is ready for release to a funeral home, so the family would have to make arrangements with the funeral home.
Okay, and what if the remains were unclaimed?
If they go unclaimed, they get cremated and they get put into the columbarium.
Okay, so would an autopsy be necessary, or would the family have to request that? He's been long-term care. It's been over a year. It was over a year ago that the attempt was made.
It depends. Every case is different, so it would have to be how it's reported to us.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You too.
Were you guys able to hear any of that?
So just for clarification purposes, I know this has been mentioned before, but the coroner and medical examiner are one and the same. Now we're going to take a hop over to Spanky, which is Justin of Justice for All, his channel from June 20th, 2023. A whole 4 days after the initial stream that they did, allegedly announcing that Marvon had passed away. Keep in mind, while you watch this video, the previous claims you heard that they made on the 16th about who actually confirmed this information. As of the end of the 16th, it wasn't even making sense. But now on the 20th, it's going to even get more confusing. Let's listen to it. Kathy's clip, for those of you who don't understand that context, will make sense here in a moment. And yes, I absolutely clipped the majority of this out because it's useless babble that doesn't need repeated.
Go ahead, Veda. Talk about all of that.
So we were lost on, before I streamed, Marissa had called me and she had said, you know, he has passed away. And then I spoke
Again, pay close attention to their words.
to the family and they said the same, and I'm going to trust what they say.
But previously, she had said this.
And now we're at the spot where he actually did pass away. And instead of either one of them putting it out, I volunteered to put it out.
So she volunteered to put this information out.
And either way, Justin had done a 3-way call with them and verified so. But, you know, just being a reporter myself.
So she's a reporter.
Not really, I'm not a reporter, just, you know, someone just trying to verify. We contacted and we confirmed it with a medical examiner. We confirmed it with the coroner. We contacted the police department. We contacted, what was the last place? A place about the death certificate.
So the claim is that they contacted the medical examiner, the coroner, which are one and the same. Also, the police department and vital records.
Medical examiner, coroner, nurse, what else?
Coroner.
Yeah.
The nurse is the medical professional from Arizona that Wynette met.
And so we decided to, I asked the man if it was okay if we recorded, just that way we could prove it and verify that we've done all we can to make sure that we're dead set on this. And he was fine with that. And so we did so.
So permission was given for this recorded phone call.
All right. All right. I'm going to play this for you. I'm going to have to mute out a name. I can't
Huh?
hear.
I was trying to take off my camera for a second so I could take a bite, and then I was like, well, what's wrong with my camera? And then I realized I'm on your camera. I feel so bad.
All right.
Spanky is going to be playing this recorded phone call.
This is Frank.
Frank, I thought you said your name was Frank.
No, Michael's the other employee here. I manage the facility here, but I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike. His answers will probably be the same.
No,
So this is supposedly Frank at a facility.
I just want to speak with you. So you said that he was disposed of, meaning that y'all don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No,
Pay close attention to the words used.
I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but
So,
you said
I'm just
y'all don't
letting you
have
know
him
that-
anymore.
Correct. That is correct.
And we've spoken to the medical examiner's office, so that's why I'm calling you. So that doesn't mean he's been cremated. That just means that y'all no longer have him.
That's correct.
Okay.
There is no identifying information of who they're actually calling on.
Do you know if there will be an autopsy done?
I don't.
Frank did not know if an autopsy would be done.
You don't know that. Okay.
I do not.
Has anyone claimed his body?
I've been speaking with Andrea, his wife, yes.
Frank says he had been speaking with his wife, Andrea.
Okay. So have you spoken with his dad and his mom?
I've spoken with the father a number of times, but as I've mentioned to him, Marvon as well, he has no legal right to any of the information. I have to handle it all through his wife.
So all information would need to go through Dre.
That it's been over a month since she even come forth with explaining him.
Well, we're still working with her, and it's been completed, so I don't.
What has been completed is the big question to me.
I don't know where else I go from here, excepting if you want to call and speak with Andrea directly, you're welcome to.
Okay.
I relayed the message.
Frank said he relayed the message to Dre. So now Spanky is going to break down this call.
So we're going to go through this. I'm going to play it again, and we're going to go through all of it, kind of one by one, so they can understand it.
Information like this should be straightforward.
Make sure.
Frank, I thought you said.
So the man's name is Frank at that's the medical examiner's.
Justin says this is the medical examiner's office.
Michael's the other employee here. I manage the facility here, but
We spoke with Michael, we spoke with Frank, and I think a gentleman named Travis.
Which, think back to KathyP's call.
I can leave a message for you if you want to talk to Mike. His answers will probably be the same.
No, I just want to speak with you. So you said that he was disposed of, meaning that y'all don't have him in your crematory anymore.
No.
Okay, so he is not in the medical examiner's facility anymore.
Justin again states that this is the medical examiner.
I didn't say he was cremated.
No, but
So
you
I'm
said
just
y'all
letting
don't
you know
have
that,
him anymore.
And we don't know if he's been cremated or not. That's not information they can give us. That's something Dre will have to give.
But they could have applied for a death certificate by this point.
Correct. That is correct.
And we've spoken to the medical examiner's office, so
Justin realized he's wrong on who this phone call was with.
So this must be this was the coroner phone call.
The Pima County medical examiner and the coroner are one and the same.
So we spoke with the medical examiner, we spoke with the coroner.
Spanky doesn't know who this call is with, basically.
We've spoke with the police. We spoke with birth and records.
It's called Vital Records in Pima County.
A nurse at a hospital.
If he's referring to Wynette's friend, she is not a nurse, and her name is Joy.
That's why I was calling you. So that doesn't mean he's been cremated. That just means that y'all no longer have him.
That's correct.
Okay.
And once again, we don't know where this phone call was actually made to.
Do you know if there will be an autopsy done?
I don't.
You don't know that. Okay.
They have claimed that he passed away on May 7th.
I do not.
Has anyone claimed his body?
I've been speaking with Andrea, his wife, yes.
So he's obviously been in touch with Dre, or Andrea, he called, as her real name is.
Okay. So have you spoken with his dad and his mom?
So his dad and his mom would also obviously be Mr. Jackson and Letitia.
I've spoken with the father a number of times.
And he's obviously, we've spoken with Mr. Jackson with all these calls to the medical examiner and the coroner.
Marvon Sr. claimed that the coroner confirmed it.
I mentioned to him, Marvon, as well. He has no legal right to any of the information.
So they don't, Mr. Jackson and Letitia, they have no rights as far as the information, because obviously Dre is his wife.
And also because Marvon was adopted.
Handle it all through his wife.
But it's been over a month since she even come forth.
It's actually been 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks since Mr. Marvon is passed.
Allegedly. At this point, it's still allegedly.
And he's still not laid to rest. She hasn't even told anybody.
Spanky states he's not laid to rest, yet they continue to say they can't get information.
Well, we're still working with her, and it's been completed. So I don't know where else I go from here, excepting if you want to call and speak with Andrea directly, you're welcome to.
Well, people have reached out numerous times, and she will never answer.
Please recall the text message Dre sent Wynette.
I'm glad they were able to get the confirmation they needed, though. At least they know. I worked hard to, and everybody that I've spoke to has said the same thing. So,
how many of you are satisfied with this confirmation?
it's absolutely 100% confirmed. He said that his portion in this is completed. So we know 100% fact that he has passed. Why she's not telling anybody, especially his own family, is beyond me. Why do y'all think that that's the case?
So they are saying it is 100% confirmed.
I wonder, to be quite honest with you, I wonder because, Dre is like, nobody likes negative energy, right?
Right.
So
there's a lot of and han going on right now.
I think she just doesn't. I mean, nobody wants to deal with anything like this, but this is your husband. So.
Yeah. Well, what's strange is, she's been posting, I guess she would without purpose, like everything's fine, everything's okay, but no matter what the circumstances are, there's no excuse whatsoever why you shouldn't tell family, hey, he's passed away, by the way, it was 6 weeks ago. I don't know what happened 6 years ago. I mean, this is their son, period. They should be able to know, and they should be able to be able to participate in his memorial and things like that.
Our opinions don't matter in this at all.
I don't know how to get onto that step, but I just wish you answered the phone and let them do something.
This is a Marine who fought for our country.
Who should be treated with dignity and respect.
Oh, it makes me so sad. And Letitia wasn't sure, she hasn't been involved really with all of the contacting and stuff. And she, was in a sense of impending doom, worried. And so I told her, I was like, it's 100% legit. He's passed away.
So twice now, Letitia has learned from social media that potentially her son passed away. In November, they claimed she knew and didn't tell anybody.
Now, we couldn't get the cause of death, but Justin had said something that's more than likely the reason.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it right here. But...
I'll let you explain what that is because I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, Erica J.
Spanky avoided that question at all cost.
Yeah, he's not been buried yet. We know that. He's not. Nothing. Yeah, really.
But the claim has been they don't know if he's cremated or buried.
We just know where he's at right now. We know where his physical body is. We have the address. That's it.
But they claim to know where his body is located.
That's correct, Nancy. That's correct. Yes.
Hopefully she's working on this. I mean, earlier I was live and I did say, I'm not trying to make this situation worse.
But this is helping the situation somehow.
But I have to say that I think that she should right now take these kids, give them to grandma and say, you know what, I need a couple of days to, what they call,
grieve.
Settling
Take care of stuff.
Settling your affairs. Listen,
but according to what they're saying, this happened 6 weeks ago.
Justin has worked in this field. He knows that this is one of the most devastating things that people can go through.
And he also knows that this isn't how any of this works.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Jackson. You are live on the air. Hello? Hey, Mr. Jackson.
How you doing?
Good. Let me know if speak up as loud as you can, okay? All right. So, Mr. Jackson, what would you want to tell the people what you've been going through and maybe a message to Dre? Speak up, loud now.
Yeah, because it's not right. It's not there.
Can you hear him?
Because the detectives, everybody see the footage and everything that was going on when they seen the police down. They seen that. But it seemed like they ain't trying to acknowledge it and ignoring the fact that what she did. And it wasn't no suicide. But they're trying to ignore it.
Okay.
The police investigation was closed November 2022.
I need you. Can you? I don't know why it's not.
I need to tell everybody, just watch the camera. You just hear a reaction. Watch the footage. Watch the camera from the police. What they need to do is watch that. But everybody thinks that Dre is right. What they need to do is watch their own body cam. My son cold now, and I'm mourning. Me and my family mourning. And she out living her best life like she's still lying. She living her best life now, but nobody understanding that. And I'm living my worst life. Me and my family living my worst life right now. She done got all this money. I don't care about no money, but she done got everything. I guess I don't know, but she done since made it 7.
Right.
He doesn't care about money, but that's the first thing he always goes to.
And I can't find no information out about if he been cremated or was he buried. I just wanted his body. Me and his baby mama. Me and my baby mama wanted his body. Me and his mother wanted his body. That's all we wanted. But she didn't call us, let us know nothing. My wife had to go find out.
Marvon Sr. states Wynette had to go find out.
I had to talk to the person that we talked to when we drove all the way to Arizona a while ago and find out from somebody else, through somebody else that been in the hospital where he been at, that he had passed on May the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Marvon Sr. states that they found out from somebody who they met, who found out from somebody else, who found out from somebody else that was in the hospital where Marvon was located previously.
So I don't know what else to say. I done talked to the detectives. I done talked to the police officers in Tucson and in Yuma, the detective Yuma that been on the case. And
again, the investigation has been closed.
They just closing the case. They just closing it, even though they're not respecting the fact that they caught her trying to put some oil in his ID.
That rumor has not been backed with any proof.
So if you catching her trying to do that, why are y'all not investigating this girl? Why?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And there has been no charges filed.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And they only had you to come see him 30 minutes.
and you had to be supervised for you to come see him.
That's true.
I don't know why the doctors, I don't know why the hospital let you come back in here to see him. I don't know why.
Rehashing the rumor from July of 2022.
Because that's stabbing his family in his bag. That's stabbing me in my bag.
Yeah.
And then y'all can let her come see him, but y'all can't tell us that he passed away. But y'all can still let her come see him after all that what she did. And it's not the first hospital now. It's not the first hospital that she did that.
Now Marvon Sr. claims that this happened at more than one hospital.
Spit on my son's face and all that thing while he in the coma. Come on, man.
He's referencing the video of Dre rubbing saliva on Marvon.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know what to do because I can't do nothing because right now I'm vulnerable and I'm all the way in Savannah, Georgia, and his body, I don't know what happened to his body. I don't know if she cremated him. I talked to the coroner today again, like I've been talking to him all week.
On June 16th, he claimed the coroner confirmed that he had passed.
And I've been on the phone like 24/7 trying to find out what happened to my son, where his body at and all that thing. And nobody ain't give me no answer. They give me something. They put me in a circle.
And still not a death certificate ordered for Marvon.
So, he hasn't been cremated yet. He has not been.
He's not been cremated. We know that. We don't. He's not been cremated.
Well, they ain't told me nothing. They say that they can't give me no information.
They tell Marvon Sr. he has not been cremated, and Marvon Sr. says they won't tell me that information. But somehow the YouTubers know this.
And that what the coroner told me today. He said
and he told me that.
Or if he been buried. He said he can't give me no information unless he get the confirmation from Andrea.
Yeah.
So they could not tell Marvon Sr. anything about what was going on, but they did confirm and tell that to the reporter, as she calls herself.
So allegedly, probably a month or so before Marvon died, allegedly Dre was trying to give him something like an essential oil or something.
Yes.
And apparently, or allegedly rather, she was caught by staff and she was allegedly only allowed to visit twice a day, 30 minutes each time with supervision in the room.
Again, this was a rumor that started in July of 2022.
Yes. But why is nobody understanding that? The detective not understanding that.
The investigation was closed in November of 22.
The hospital not understanding that. And if I had me a lawyer, man, I'm telling you, man, it's just crazy.
Marvon Sr. claims he basically needs an attorney.
It's just crazy. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know how to, because I don't want to just snap because my son done died. And I'm really mad. I'm really mad. I'm really pissed off right now. I'm really pissed off.
I understand.
And I'm just pissed off, man. I'm just pissed off because I can't do nothing. I can't even go and get my son or go see his grave site or do nothing. I can't do none of that. I can't go visit his grave site every year or every week or every occasion. I can't do none of that because I don't know where he at. And I'm all the way in Savannah, Georgia. And he in Arizona. His body don't deserve to be in Arizona. His body deserves to be down here where he's been born and raised at.
Yeah.
Well, I know that he hasn't been cremated yet, and I know that the coroner had told me that his part is completed. So
she states that the coroner had told her his job was completed, but supposedly the recorded call was with some other facility. But statements made by the gentleman on the recorded call sound very similar to what she's referencing.
now he's been transferred to the funeral home for services. So that's where they're at now. So
now he's been transferred to the funeral home for services.
Just trying to figure out which funeral home he's at and what they're planning to do is our next step.
But 10 minutes ago, Molly claimed they knew where his body was. But the reporter claims that they don't know what funeral home he was transferred to. So they just need to locate the funeral home.
When I had talked to the coroner this morning, and he told me that the body had been dealt with, but he said he can't tell me what they did with it, if he been cremated or he been buried.
Marvon Sr. again states he talked to the coroner.
That's what he told me this morning.
Yeah. It's Rach, Beth Huff, 6 weeks. We're talking 6 weeks.
Most facilities will not hold the body for 6 weeks.
I normally don't say anything. I'm just a stepmom, but I just want to add this. I've never heard my husband was wailing. I've never heard it was a wailing, it was a cry I've never heard before in my life, except at my aunt's funeral when my cousin passed away. She was wailing. And I heard Letitia wailing on the phone with my husband. That's a cry that I don't ever want to go through by losing a child. And I'm just asking Dre. Like I said, I'm the stepmom. I'm just here for support for my husband and Letitia and the family. But if Dre is listening, could you please reach out to his family? They deserve that.
Wynette is Marvon's stepmother.
When the police just look at the cam, at the police cam, and they just not doing nothing. They see all this happening, and that done happen, and they just not giving us no justice. They see all this evidence, what she done did, what she tried to do, and all that, and they just ignoring it. They just ignoring it.
They completed a very thorough investigation.
I don't know what kind of law you got in Arizona, but it's just wrong. It's wrong.
How does your husband die, the father of your child, and for 6 weeks, and you're still posting stuff on your social media like nothing ever happened? Nothing. Today we're going to make
Man, they're not investigating
enchiladas.
this. It's crazy, man. They're not investigating this, man. And if I had the money, I had anything to do to try to get that investigated, I would. But I ain't got that kind of power. I'm all the way in Savannah, Georgia. I don't have no kind of power right now. I ain't got no kind of power. And it's just dragging me. I don't know what to do.
Marvon Sr. mentions a private investigator again. However, my question would be, if Marvon had passed away, why would they need a PI? Which they claim is 100% confirmed.
Know what to think. I'm just out of order right now. I'm just out of order. And I can't even see my son's body. I can't even see nothing. I can't even get him down here to give him a proper burial. I don't know what's going on. I just don't want to. I'm just lost. I'm just lost. Lost. I'm really lost, man. I'm really lost. And it really hurts, man. It really hurts. And I don't know what to say, because I don't want to stop saying things and then just make me mad. And I get madder and madder, because every time I talk, I get madder and madder and madder. Every time I talk about this, because I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing, man. Man, it's crazy, man. Also, was my son never had to marry that girl, man. Oh, man. She went up for the weeks, man. I'm telling you, man. Oh.
Marvon Sr. and Wynette had only made one trip to see Marvon in the hospital.
There's just no sense in it. In these moments, you're supposed to put whatever that's happened to the side for a common interest, and the common interest is love.
It should have been dignity for Marvon.
Exactly, Justin. That's just human nature.
I'm just so distraught right now. I just don't. You know, sometimes I put myself in a shell. And you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. But then his mama going through a whole lot, and she don't know how to take it. You know, she really wrecked about this. She was really wrecked about this. For the first time, they said it was a hoax, but this time it's the truth. And now she really wrecked, you know. And
Marvon Sr. states, this time it is true, but there's zero proof
I
for that claim.
I can't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because she's more wrecked than I am, because she's a female, and I know she's more wrecked than I am. And I'm just trying to help her stand up, you know, and I'm falling apart. How can I help her stand up when I'm falling apart? Because I think I'm more wrecked than she is, but I know I'm not, because she's the mother of my child. So I know she's more wrecked than me.
Yeah. So, Nikita, the news stations, we'll just have to see.
News media will not touch this story because it's not based on fact.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do, man. I just don't know what to do. I'm just lost. The days are confused.
We're going to get through it. You're going to. We're going to be here for you the entire time. Okay.
I can't really say nothing, but I don't know what to say. You know, I can't do nothing. And I'm all the way down here. It ain't not, even if I can go up there, it ain't nothing to do when I get up there, because the police station, the paper, everybody says she got the power of attorney. So I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. They say she got the power of attorney. They can't.
If he was deceased, the power of attorney would be null and void.
Tell me nothing. They can't tell me the autopsy. If I was when I asked them what's going on, they can't tell me nothing. Everything had to go to her. Her wife. The one that had something to do with killing my son.
Again, no charges have been filed.
You know, anybody on social media or whatever don't believe that. They need to just look at the video. They need to look at that body cam. You could see her reactions. You could see all that, man. She had no reactions. No reactions at all when they found out my son. She had no reactions at all. She ain't crying there a bit, man.
He is encouraging people to watch the body cam footage of his son's most tragic moments.
Well, I got my grandson, the other night. Now I hope he ain't got to go through the same thing. Now I got to go try to get my grandson from her, because she is wicked. She is wicked. She is wicked. I want my grandson from her. That's the only thing that I got a memory of my son. The only thing I got a memory of my son is my grandson.
Now he states he wants to go get his grandson from her.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Justin, I'm just wanting to say one more thing. If it's an attorney out there that can help Marvon Sr. and Letitia, please give us a call. Please contact us, because we would greatly appreciate your help and your effort. Thank you.
Wynette asks if anybody watching is an attorney to please reach out to Letitia or Marvon Sr., which I just have to remind everybody, they claimed Letitia did have legal representation, that a court order was filed, that a legal binding agreement was in place, and that is why she got to see her son. However, they are extremely complicated situation now, and I guess need another attorney. When Letitia claimed to have two attorneys, which again, there is nothing that's actually been filed in the court, but that was their claims.
Only thing I'm asking her, just to let me know, man, just give me a phone call. That's all I'm asking her. Just give me a phone call. One phone call, text message. It don't matter. Just give me something. That's all I'm asking her. And I'm texting her, me and my wife, I'm texting her, and she ain't responding back there, period.
Well, she wasn't even responding to the funeral or the coroner's office, or the, if it was the coroner, the medical examiner. One of the two. She wasn't even responding to them.
Coroner and medical examiner are one and the same. whoever was on the recorded phone call that they played claimed that he was working with Dre. Marvon Sr. previously stated on the 16th that the coroner had told him she just needed to confirm what she wanted done and complete the paperwork.
And they said she already in another relationship. So that's crazy. How you gonna be in a relationship that quick?
Can't find out information about Marvon, but yet they know Dre's relationship status. But as we know, those rumors are not new, and that was started by the Misinformation cronies themselves, Molly and Spanky.
If you ain't more than your husband, come on, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And man, I don't know what to tell what to do, man. Because when my son is down here, man, Lord have mercy, we would have took better care of my son because we had all the families and everybody that would have been watching him 24/7. 24/7, man. If he would have been down here. And I'm just pissed off right now. I'm really pissed off. The more I talk about it, the more pissed off I get. Because I can't even go to his grave site or nothing, man. It's nothing, man. Like,
And again, nothing was ever filed in the court on behalf
of Mr. Jackson.
like that, man. I'm saying, I can't do nothing. Only thing I can do is cry every night and wake up and cry again. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. You call these folks, I got about 40 numbers on the telephone that I've been trying to reach everybody. It takes everybody, hospitals, everybody, VAs, everybody. Ain't nobody giving me no confirmation about nothing. No confirmation about nothing.
and yet no one has ordered a death certificate from Vital Records.
Yeah.
They can send me around in the circle. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing because that Drill got power of attorney.
Power of attorney would be null and void if he was deceased.
Over him.
Well, I don't know if it's power of attorney, but it's she's the next of kin. I think that's what it is.
They told me when I talked to the coroner, they said she got power of attorney, and I said, well, will it be invalid? I think that passed. He said, yeah, but she still have power of attorney because it's his wife. But if she was to pass, and then we would have power of attorney.
Right.
So, you know, I asked so many questions. I done got so much stuff in my head, man. And
yeah. Okay, Mr. Jackson. Well, a lot of people's praying for y'all.
That is all I am going to play out of that live stream from Spanky's stream on June 20th, 2023. I want to play a few more clips before we head on out of here because there's been a lot of questions regarding these live streams and the phone calls they made. This is going to be from the Good Nunya herself.
I didn't know. We called these people and they told us these things. And then the YouTubers, they got on the phone and they called these people. That's interesting. I watched KathyP's live yesterday. She called that office. There's no Frank or Mike that worked there.
Oh my God.
And again, please reference KathyP and everything's video that she did referencing this call. But the story continues to change of who the call was actually.
You people, did you not hear the stream? They weren't on the phone. They were not on the phone with the medical examiner's office. They mentioned on the phone call with whom the gentleman they were speaking with. They mentioned how they called the medical examiner's office. Another phone call. They're telling this office how they called this other office. How do you miss that? And you're making you're building so much of this shit off of this complete mistake of yours.
And they did mention calling the medical examiner's office in that phone call. However, the coroner and medical examiner are one and the same.
My speculation being incorrect really is anything because oftentimes all speculation is incorrect. It's expected. But I do want to point out how, once again, they were not speaking to the medical examiner's office. So KathyP's attempt to prove that they lied by calling the medical examiner's office and realizing that there's no Mike or Frank who worked there is not proving that they lied. In fact, it's proving nothing. So how about you all stop fucking spouting it as proof of something when it's just proof that you guys are fucking idiots. You and nonsense. And Nunya too, for that matter. So maybe you guys can walk back on that.
So somewhere it got switched to, they called a funeral home, but according to Vada's words, they didn't know what funeral home he was located at. And that's what they were attempting to find. But as you can see, Nunya dropped proof above. If you need to check out this better, it's over on the Good Nunya's page. The Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner and the coroner are one and the same. They are the exact same thing. Justin, again, stated that they called the medical examiner. Then he switched it up and said that they called the coroner. Marvon Sr. had stated that he was talking to the Tucson coroner amongst many other people. Is it possible that they are confused of who they've called at this point in time? Absolutely. But in a situation like this, those are details that are huge, considering we are discussing a man's life or death. But I guess to some of us, that is a way bigger deal than it is to others. I caught this clip from Tiger Talks.
To Frank, that doesn't exist.
Because, dumbass, we didn't call the fucking coroner. We didn't call the medical examiner. We called the fucking funeral home for the 100th time.
But wait, hold on. On June 20th, you said this.
Well, I know that he hasn't been cremated yet, and I know that the coroner had told me that his part is completed. So now he's been transferred to the funeral home for services. So that's where they're at now. So just trying to figure out which funeral home he's at and what they're planning to do is our next step.
On June 20th, the same date that you played the recorded phone call, you didn't know what funeral home he was actually in. So how did you call the funeral home and record the phone call if you didn't know where he was even located or what funeral home he was in? Let's listen to that one more time to be clear.
Behind the phone calls to Frank, that doesn't exist.
Because, dumbass, we didn't call the fucking coroner. We didn't call the medical examiner. We called the fucking funeral home for the 100th time.
When you are confirming something as serious as somebody passing away, this is the type of thing that is absolutely unacceptable. This is a man's life or death who deserves dignity.
When I had talked to the coroner this morning, and he told me that the body had been dealt with, but he said he can't tell me what they did with it, if he been cremated or he been buried.
And Marvon Sr. sticks to it was the coroner. I wanted to remind people of the important things and examples of things that have been said and done over the course of the last year that the family themselves have been very involved in. 12 days ago, they came on and boldly announced that he had allegedly passed away. However, they have still not provided any factual proof of this accusation. A lot of people have a lot of questions, and for good reason. I'm going to leave you with this tidbit. To all my followers who have lost somebody to suicide or gone through a similar situation, please know I am sending you love from afar. And please also understand that you were not at fault. And if you yourself are struggling, please remember to reach out to 988 at any point in time. And once again, thank you for watching this video. If you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up.
I would never do something low class as to call a morgue. I would never do something like that, ever. I would never. In my life.
All right, y'all. That's it for this one. I hope you guys felt a little bit of comfort knowing that you weren't hearing things, that we weren't going crazy, that these were the twists and turns that were actually being taken once again. And all of the rumors were starting completely over again, because I was starting to feel crazy as soon as I saw this. And I have to admit, I apologize that I didn't see it sooner. I let my dislike of somebody and what they've been doing completely, like, I didn't watch that channel. There was just no way. So I didn't even know the extent of the twists and turns. And one thing I have always stood on was trying to at least give people another option of things that they were seeing, and something else that, you know, oh, we're not crazy. Like, these are the things that they're actually doing. And I didn't this time. And I sat back and I couldn't sit back any longer. So again, this has nothing to do with nonsense. I'm not a part of this story. As you can tell, they've taken the story on enough of a journey on their own. They didn't need anybody else's help to do that. This is where they got the story on their own. And their continued behaviors that are still going on at this point in time have been encouraged by these same family members that people are out here claiming are somehow victimized. They're not the victims in this. Unfortunately, that would be Marvon. That would be the children. Some will say that is even Dre. Absolutely. You can't look, Dre's mom. There's been so many people affected by this story, this tragedy, the ripple effect off of this tragedy. And so many people struggle with suicidal ideation or losing people to suicide. And we have absolute complete clowns out here on social media who are making a mockery of this man's life. All for some clicks and views and some money. But what we don't have is enough resources for the people in need. What we don't have is enough people out here willing to speak up on the seriousness of situations like this and what happens to the families after a tragedy like this, because it doesn't seem as cut and dry as it usually is. The shame that people have to live with and carry for the rest of their lives, even though most of these situations, there's absolutely nothing that anybody could do to prevent it. But that's guilt that they carry on their shoulders. And I hope to God that not a single one of you has to ever carry that weight on your shoulders. Because for a lot of people, that weight becomes too heavy. And with that, have a great weekend. I might see you guys this weekend. I don't really know what's on the schedule yet. If you are a clip channel, if you are somebody that reviews these, if you guys want this copy, I have it already loaded. You can have it. I encourage you, if you are a creator, if you cover this story, please keep dignity for Marvon in mind. Marvon's the last person that this story has been about. And the one thing, if we can do anything, is show his name some dignity. Telling the truth about what has been done to this family is the least bit we can do. It's pretty sad as a society that we are so willing to sit back and be like, oh, it's not my family. It's not my concern. It could be yours. Be grateful it's not. Because I know there's a lot of people that could not handle the pressure of what has happened. Good night, y'all. And I will talk to y'all soon. Remember to protect your peace.